step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning espresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Yes, we feel good today. Good morning, my Feel Good Breakfast family. It is lovely to be in your company for the next 3 hours this morning. Listen, we are super excited as today we officially cross over to our brand new Johannesburg studios where the brilliant, the beautiful Zanele Potelwa is ready to brighten our screens this morning. We're going to have a chat to her in just a moment, but we have got a lot on the menu for you today. We've got bite-sized wisdom on tailoring your diet to sidestep diabetes, and if you are navigating a diagnosis, we got your back with expert advice. So stick around for those chats. Then pump up your day with a scoop on why protein is your post-exercise BFF for muscle growth and recovery. Right up my alley as well. Can't wait to get the lowdown on that as well. We also let the rhythm move you with the soul-stirring sounds of Nomcebo Zikode this morning. It's all the way live in Johannesburg this morning with Zanele, so stick around for that. It's going to be incredible. Plus, we're also lacing up for some tail-wagging fitness fun. Dog walking, yes, it's fitness with a bit of a furry twist as well. Graham gets involved there, and we are not taking a breather just yet because we have more. Shernil Joseph jumps into the lowdown with why exercise isn't just good for you, it is essential, especially for those managing diabetes. So I told you, it's a full menu on this Tuesday. Stay tuned as we turn up your Feel Good this morning right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. And I'm excited because I get to do it with this guy.
It's me. I get to do it with you, Ewan. I love you so much. You know that, it's going to be fantastic. And also, I'm really excited about welcoming Zanele to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But of course, Ewan was mentioning a menu, but the thing is sometimes the menu has to change because perhaps you have diabetes in your family. And if you do, please share. As mentioned, you're not alone today. We have a panel of experts. We're going to discuss. We're going to give you the facts, the tips, the tricks. But please share. If you do have a history of diabetes in your family, did you have to change your diet, change your lifestyle, whatever that was, share the story and help other people feel a bit more secure and, of course, in the company of individuals who understand what they're going through. 063-408-8863. We'd love to feature you a little bit later as we do our discussions. But, of course, the one discussion we do every morning at this time is news.
Thank you very much, Carl. Let's start off your Tuesday morning. It's 2 minutes past 6 o'clock. We'll dive straight into your national news headlines with a rather heavy story up first. Civil rights organizations in Lusikisiki in the Eastern Cape have called on the presidency to declare a state of emergency as several murders have been committed there lately. Now, teachers, women and children are particularly being targeted. In the latest incident, a teacher from the Sobaba High School was killed on Friday. Meanwhile, at least 9 people died in 2 shooting incidents on Sunday night in Tobago, Eastern Cape. 4 people were fatally shot and 1 wounded. And at the Uganda informal settlement in Umlazi near Durban, 5 people were shot dead. And the Gauteng MEC for Housing and Infrastructure Development, Lebogang Maile, says an investigation has shown there is no truth in allegations that Deputy President Paul Mashatile unlawfully influenced the granting of a loan to his son-in-law. Now, Maile says there was no reason for investigators to question Mashatile about loans approved by the Gauteng Partnership Fund in 2013 because there was no conflict of interest. Maile began the investigation following allegations that a loan of some 7 million rand was awarded to Mashatile's son-in-law for the construction of student housing. And then over to international news headlines this morning. A court in Uganda has charged a man with terrorism along with other offences over the killing last month of 2 tourists and their guide. Abdul Rashid Kyoto is allegedly a commander in the Islamic State-linked Allied Democratic Forces militia. He is accused of killing a honeymoon couple from the UK and South African and the Ugandan guide in an attack in a national park on 17 October. Now, Kyoto made no comment when the charges were read out to him in court. And the index that measures air quality shows that air pollution was even higher in Delhi in India yesterday morning due to the previous night's Diwali celebrations. Now, people set off fireworks in the Indian capital until late at night despite a ban due to the high air pollution levels. The air quality index in Delhi was between 13 and 20 times higher than recommended by the World Health Organization. The city's pollution is reported to be the same as smoking between 25 and 30 cigarettes a day. And then closer to home, we'll end off with this story. A legacy of a great South African, the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu, lives on. Now, the Desmond and Leah Tutu Legacy Foundation has launched a new puppet show, Desmond's World, aimed for children in early development stages to learn and better understand the concept of tolerance and emotional intelligence. And I love this. It marks the beginning of the foundation's early childhood development program, Tutu Tots. And it's been piloted in the Cape Metro, but will also be rolled out across the province. Now, the show mirrors the values and principles of the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu in young children between the ages of 4 and 8. He wrote several children's books meant to affirm and inspire young minds. Beautiful story to end your news headlines. That is it for now. We'll bring you another update at 7 o'clock. Right now, Carl is standing by with the first look at your sports.
Thanks a lot. Let's take a look at your sporting action, and the mass exodus begins. Pakistan's bowling coach Morne Morkel has stepped down following the team's World Cup exit in India. The 39-year-old's resignation follows Pakistan's loss to England. The PCB confirmed the replacement will be announced before the upcoming 3-test tour of Australia. Captain Babar Azam and team director Mickey Arthur are under scrutiny for the team's subpar performance, missing the semi-finals for the 5th time in 6 tournaments. Meanwhile, cricket enthusiasts can catch the Proteas' upcoming semi-final live on S3 on Thursday at 10 a.m. Also available on SABC Sport and SABC Plus. Remember, no subscription fees apply, so you have no excuse to support the Proteas. Now on to football. Uruguay's all-time leading goal scorer, Luis Suarez, earns his first call-up under coach Marcelo Bielsa for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Argentina this Friday. Despite his stellar performance for Gremio, the 36-year-old hasn't played for Uruguay since Bielsa's appointment in May, and Argentina leads the qualifiers with 4 consecutive wins, positioning them atop the table ahead of Venezuela, Brazil and Uruguay. Of course, the top 6 teams from South America will qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, hosted by Canada, Mexico and the United States. On to tennis news. Alexander Zverev launched his ATP Finals campaign with a comeback victory, overcoming Carlos Alcaraz 6-7, 6-3 and 6-4. Now, the 2-time ATP Finals winner displayed dominance against the struggling Alcaraz, returning from injuries. Alcaraz, of course, hampered by back and foot issues, couldn't match Zverev's prowess. Despite Alcaraz's fight, Zverev's powerful performance, marked by 16 aces, secured victory. Zverev's height and serve proved decisive, earning him a lead in the red group. And on to an interesting sport. I'm so glad we're covering this today, archery. Now, Werner Potgieter clinched the silver medal and secured an Olympic qualification at the 2023 African Championships in Nabil, Tunisia. Potgieter, along with teammates Vian Roux, Morgan Blewett, as well as Karin Whitehead, represented South Africa. The recurve men won bronze against Mauritius. The African Archery Championships, Paris Olympic Games qualifier, allocates 6 spots for Africa, including mixed team and individual events. Potgieter's silver marks a significant step toward Paris 2024. As you can see, South Africa, we can't stop winning, and let's keep it going. That's it for the sport for now. Let's take a look at your weather. Here's Ewan.
Thank you so much, Carl. Let's quickly take a look at some weather news first. Most parts of the country can expect cloudy conditions and light rain today. Now, light rain will also prevail in Johannesburg, and this after numerous reports of damage to cars, homes and roads in the city that was received after a burst of hail and rain yesterday. Meanwhile, high temperatures of between 30 and 40 degrees Celsius are forecast for the Cape Metropole and other parts of the Western Cape over the next couple of days. Now, the SA Weather Service has also warned of extremely high fire danger conditions in the Northern Cape over the Kaima municipality, the Matsakama and the David Kruiper municipality, as well as the Cedarburg and Berg River municipalities in the Western Cape. Now, from your weather news, let's take a look at your sunrise views. And we got a beautiful one that was sent in this morning from Roland, all the way from Belito in KZN, and he said, wet, beautiful and absolutely amazing. Look at that. It's a stunning picture. Roland, thank you very much, and have a blessed day and a blessed week to you as well. Now, continue. You can share those morning views with us. We'd love to see your parts of the world with us. You can send those pictures to 0634088863. We look forward to your temperatures and your pictures this morning. Right now, let's get a roundup of your temperatures for your Tuesday morning.
Beautiful, eh? I actually
Stunning.
love the guitar and the temperature. Something about it.
It's you know, if you have a hectic morning already, that is exactly the thing you need to just kind of chill you out a little bit. Look at the weather.
And that's it, you know, and you know what, this team is growing. And we
Yes.
are so excited this morning because we are finally welcoming our newest family member to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. She's joining us from Expresso's new home in Johannesburg and promises to bring all the feel good you need and helping us, you should help us to introduce this fantastic individial. We feel like we need like some grandeur.
My name is
So there she is.
Zanele,
She's going.
aka
She
the
can't wait.
People's Champion. Also, I am the person that you absolutely would love. No, I can't wait at all. Hello, Cape Town family.
Good morning, Zanele. Welcome to your Feel Good family. It's so good to have you. How does it feel to be joining us all the way out in Joburg, knowing that you are live for the first time on your Feel Good Breakfast Show?
Guys, I've been saying all morning, I feel like I'm a Springbok who just lifted the trophy in Paris. I feel like a champion and I feel like I'm joining the Champions League because honestly and truly, this is where everyone in South Africa deserves to wake up, where it is the most delicious breakfast that is served up each and every weekday. But of course, we know that from my side. We're going to be coming to you live every Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, making sure that we're just adding to this lovely breakfast we get to have as South Africa together.
Zanele, already you're just knocking it out the park, which is amazing to see. And, you know, you're part of the family now. But from Johannesburg, I'd love to know, what are you excited about bringing from that beautiful city of gold to your Feel Good Breakfast Show?
Oh my goodness. I mean, first and foremost, okay, it is really chilly outside here in Johannesburg, but that has nothing to do with what is happening in studio because there's already so much heat. We've already got our guests here, and that is one thing that I absolutely love, that I feel as though we're going to be bringing that Johannesburg flavor. Like I said before, our Feel Good Breakfast Show is a full meal on its own. You guys have been doing the most incredible job, and we're just here as the Joburg studio to add a little bit of spice and a little bit of Johannesburg flavor and making sure that we bring that golden touch from the city of gold.
I love that. Zanele, it's good to have you part of the team. Listen, okay, give us a quick roundup. What are you most excited about this morning? What are you going to be bringing for us from Johannesburg this morning?
Oh, there are so many things. That's not fair, guys. But I will say, I am really excited for us to be chatting to an entire Grammy Award-winning artist. She's somebody who I started speaking to, you know, when it comes to interviews and things like that, when she was still at the beginning of her career, when Jerusalem had just happened. And now she is off the stage of the Grammys, and she just continues to do the absolute most. Now she owns a record label. I think it's going to be really beautiful just to hear how she's grown. And there's one thing that I feel like nobody really knows about her in terms of all the work that she's put into her career. So I can't wait for that.
Zanele, we are so excited to have you along for this incredible journey, and we know that you're going to go from strength to strength, and you are going to fly. So, you know what? I can already feel the golden touch, as you mentioned. We are looking forward to having you, and of course, just, I mean, you're part of the family now, so we're going to have to do a team building across cities.
Thank you so much. Yes, please, bosses, you're listening. I can't wait for the team build. Thank you so much. And thank you, guys. Like I said, I'm joining the Champions League, and I feel like you guys honestly have just set such a beautiful example, and I can't wait to fall into step with you.
It doesn't look like it's going to be a tough job for you anyways, man. Good to have you part of the team. Stick around on your Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. We got lots to come from Cape Town to Joburg. We're going to be bouncing back and forth, which is going to be amazing. Right now, let's take a very first break of the morning because your Tuesday is now officially underway. And also coming up, we're going to be shining that spotlight on our pharmacies because we know they are the true heroes out there.
And of course, remember, adapting your diet to a diabetes lifestyle, it can be difficult, but we've got all the tips and tricks for you, so make sure you stay there. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, you can make my day. Do it like this. Do it like, get it, move it, own it. Do it like this.
Bespoke.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, coming to you live from Johannesburg. And oh my goodness, no, you are not on the wrong channel. You are right. It is S3. And of course, this is exactly where you get to wake up in the best way possible. And my name is Zanele Potelwa, just in case you may have missed me being joined by the Cape Town family and being introduced by them. I'm new to the family, but today I genuinely feel like it is a huge one, because we are not just celebrating the fact that Expresso now has a Johannesburg studio, but we are also celebrating the fact that it is World Diabetes Day, which is all about getting into what exactly is diabetes about in terms of trying to live the most optimal life you can when you do have it. And if you did not know, it is actually the #1 killer in South Africa, rather, when it comes to women, and the second leading killer when it comes to men. And this is why this morning we are joined by registered dietitian Simone Blichnoot, who's going to be letting us know today about some tips and tricks that we can use in terms of possibly living that best life that we can, even when we have diabetes. Simone, how are you this morning?
I'm good, thank you. Thank you for having me this day.
Of course, and I'm so glad that you are here, because I feel like you're going to be our Nelson Mandela, who's going to open the life gate on World Diabetes Day. So let's start from the beginning, right?
Yeah.
In terms of being pre-diabetic, what exactly does that mean? And, you know, what are the different things that we can look out for when this possibly, you know, shows up for someone?
Okay, so pre-diabetes is what usually precedes the diabetic diagnosis. So what's a little bit scary about it is that you don't always notice it that much as with the diabetes itself. Because with diabetes, you'll have those symptoms of excessive thirst, excessive hunger, like unintentional weight loss. But with pre-diabetes, it's just like a little bit of an elevation in your blood sugar levels above normal, but not yet to the degree of that can make a diabetes diagnosis. Yes.
And of course, you mentioned some of the symptoms that people can look out for.
Yes.
You know, when do you get to the point where you're like, I need to go and see a doctor, and this could possibly be diabetes?
So I would do regular checkups, because like I mentioned, with the pre-diabetes, you don't necessarily always get the symptoms of that. There's a lot of undiagnosed pre-diabetes out there, which is a little bit scary.
Sure.
And when we catch it early, we still have a chance to make it a little bit better and reverse the effects of the insulin resistance. Whereas if it's getting to the point of diabetes, it does become a lifelong condition.
Yes. So it can be not too late for you.
Yes,
as long as you pick up on those things and you go to your screening, you should be okay.
Definitely.
That is so good to hear. And if I'm somebody who perhaps then has gone to the doctor and I hear about the fact that I'm pre-diabetic, what can I do to try and stay away from this and possibly be on that right track, like you said?
Perfect. So it would definitely require a little bit of lifestyle modifications from your side. So like doing a little bit of extra physical activity, losing that excess body fat, and adjusting your dietary patterns a little bit.
And just in terms of being pre-diabetic as well, when it comes to affecting your life, is it something where you can still just 100% get back to your life 100% in terms of just living normally?
Definitely. It doesn't have to be like a life sentence. You can still manage it and get it right as well. Just with a little bit of adjustments and modifications.
Sure. And just on World Diabetes Day, can I also ask you, maybe perhaps to somebody who's out there who just honestly feels like, you know what, things are a little bit hectic when it comes to this, you know, the path that they're on. Who are the people that they can possibly reach out to, and some of the things that they can get into to just be like, I'm okay?
There's actually a lot of support systems out there for people with diabetes, and there's like the amazing CDE Center as well that people can reach out to, and they have a whole range of doctors, nurses, educators that can just help them as well.
And speak to me also just in terms of, because we know in the family everything and anything can be passed down. So let's talk about, you know, when it comes to our genes. Is it something, if my mother has pre-diabetes or is diabetic, it can be passed on to me?
It definitely has a genetic factor as well.
Sure.
So when you have a family history of diabetes, you can have a genetic predisposition, therefore. So when acted upon with a lack of physical activity, poor eating habits, and just a bad lifestyle, it can lead to insulin resistance that can then lead to the development of diabetes. But it doesn't have to be that if your family has diabetes that you will just get diabetes. You can still have a lot of effects on that outcome.
Sure. And Simone, you've made me feel so much better because it runs in my family. So I'm trying to not get it at all.
Don't have to worry.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And of course, I do hope we get to speak to you again, because the work that you're doing is absolutely incredible.
Thank you so much.
Make sure that you stick around, because we are going to be getting into some more right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Thank you, Zanele. Awesome stuff all the way live in Johannesburg this morning. Now, it is a Tuesday, and you know what that means. It's time for Pharmacy of the Week. It's our salute to the remarkable individuals leading the charge in healthcare. A tribute to these fearless champions, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Let's take a look at this week's Pharmacy of the Week.
Our pharmacies are on the front line of healthcare. This is Pharmacy of the Week.
In our small town like Tabazimbi, our community is our family. And you're not just a number. We know our patients. We know who they are. We know their needs. We know how to help them. But most importantly, they help us as well. My message will always be, and I tell all my staff, no matter who comes through that door, it's somebody that doesn't feel well. You come to a pharmacy because you're sick. When every patient of mine that walks out here need to feel loved, and need to feel helped, and need to feel they belonged here, and they got the best medicine for what they can afford. And when they walk out here, they must feel empowered to whatever feeling they have in this pharmacy or in this town. I love my town. To take that and move it forward to wherever they go. So even if it's just somebody that's here on holiday or somebody that stays in here that had a bad day, you come in this pharmacy, you get this energy, you take it with you, and you move it forward. That's my message.
Pharmacy of the Week, proudly brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave. Inspiring communities, one pharmacy at a time.
We've been long in the game, healing South Africa one allergy at a time. All the sneezing, runny nose, itching of nose and throat, we've left no stone unturned, until finally South Africa recognized us. You've given us the courage to continue to do what we do best. Live, work, play, sleep allergy-free with Allergex Non-Drowsy. Ask your pharmacist for the full allergy range. Brought to you by Adcock Ingram OTC, sponsors of Brave.
So on this Tuesday morning, we just want to take a moment and thank all of the pharmacists making a huge difference in their communities. We appreciate you. Thank you.
We do indeed. We appreciate summer as well. And when it comes to dressing up for summer, we need something that actually accentuates your style and also gives you the tranquility you need to be at the ocean or poolside. And when you got a guy like Ewan over here, it's kind of like dressing your very own Ken. And that's why today it's hashtag Tuesday. And we've got some options for you, Ewan. And I just hope that you've liked what I've selected for you as
Yes,
options.
I like it. I will be honest and say that I personally have a favorite of one of these two,
Okay,
but I'm not going to, because it's not my choice, okay? Because it's time for you to play Ken doll.
Yes, that's
Like-
it. Yes, you are
like Carl
our Ken doll
said.
today. I think this is fantastic. So let's go for option one. Now, there is a beautiful slub shirt styled with a plain white T-shirt and yellow swim shorts. This outfit will take your beachside look to the next level. To be fair, if I look at that print on your skin tone, I'm saying yes to that, but I mean, it's not about me, it's about you. Tuesday. It's very, very important. Okay, then option two, as you'll see over here, this is gorgeous, all right? Option two is this textured slub shirt, styled beautifully with those lovely shorts as well, swim shorts. It's for an effortlessly cool look as well. Remember, it's striped, which means it elongates the body nicely and gets you ready for summer, because summer bodies are made in summer. Just ask Ewan. Now, we've got a couple of options here. I think it's all over to you now. So please help this man create the most amazing look on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Honestly, it's lovely playing Dress Up with Ewan. So you get a chance to do that today. So remember, head on over to Expresso's social media pages and vote for your favorite look. And please don't forget to include hashtag Style by Woolies and justify why you think the outfit you chose is the best one for Ewan. And we'd love to feature you. And of course, get this man dressed on your Feel Good Breakfast show. So which one are you going for?
One of them.
Okay,
Yes,
great.
but it's up to you. It's not up to me. It really isn't.
I know what he wants. But
do
take
you?
the other one, the opposite. All right, not dressed yet, eh?
No, not dressed yet.
Not
No, you've got to give me a little bit more time.
It's a little bit of time, but of course, you know, we are going to traverse some amazing topics as well. So just make sure you stick around. I mean, there's a menu over here. How to enter the Golden Baker search is my favorite because I love how you rise like the yeast to the occasion.
And there's a big prize attached to it as well,
Right.
50,000 Rand, 50,000 Rand. So stick around for that. We also got tips and tricks and more advice on diabetes and diets heading your way. Stick around.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. Yes, it is Expresso. As I told you earlier on, my name is Zanele, coming to you live from the Johannesburg studio. If you did not know, it is a brand new thing to the show, and we'll be getting into more about it a little bit later on. But of course, it is still World Diabetes Day, and this is why we brought in a registered dietitian to help us in terms of just a little bit of the tips and tricks we can use when we are talking about staying away from even just being pre-diabetic, but also what it means when you do have type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Simone, thank you so much for being here yet again. I genuinely want to get into this because I know, right, that like I said to you, my family, diabetes runs through it. And I remember when I was younger, they once told me that I would have to stay away from carbs altogether if I got it. And that was one of the biggest ways that I started, you know, doing a little bit of exercise and trying to be a little bit good. But can I ask you, is that actually true that I need to stay away from carbs if I'm diabetic?
Not necessarily.
Sure.
So you don't have to stay away from all carbs all the time. So you can make a few switches. So we have what we call high GI and low GI carbs.
Okay.
It's about the glycemic index. So it's how quickly those carbs will increase your blood sugar after eating it. So obviously the high glycemic carbs can lead to a little bit of high blood sugar levels, while as the lower GI carbs can lead to more stable blood sugar levels. So some examples of that would include white bread, white pasta as high glycemic carbs. And like low glycemic carbs would include whole fiber pasta like whole wheat pasta, bulgur wheats, and some starchy veggies like your beetroot, butternut, etc.
White bread is never beating the allegations of being bad for us. But Simone, I did want to sort of turn this into a little bit of a true or false, right?
Yes.
Let's get into the snacks. Is it true that you need to stay away from them?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
For some people, it can actually help manage your blood sugar throughout the day, especially if you have long periods in between the meals as well.
Yes. Oh my goodness, I literally did not know that, especially because, like I say, I've got family who just completely stays away from it because of those things. But there are certain fruits that they also stay away from. Which side are we on in terms of the fruits that are good for us and the fruits that aren't good for us when it comes to diabetes?
So it's again with that glycemic index response. So you want to stay away from the ones that can have a large glycemic response. Like examples would include banana, watermelon, grapes, dates, and some fruit juice. And some of the lower glycemic fruits will then include naartjies, berries, apples, etc.
Yes. Okay. I like this. So it's all about just finding a balance and really just getting you through it, right?
So not making carbs the bad guy necessarily.
Come on. Okay, so I'm bad for like putting white bread in the bad light. You know, you can have like a little bit, just not too much.
Yes, all about the balance that you create as well.
Okay, and speak to us a little bit about, you know, when it comes to our weight. Because I've been told that it's a fact that the heavier you weigh, the more you are, you know, a little bit inclined to getting diabetes. So what exactly does that mean in terms of what we need to do in terms of our weight?
So there's a little bit of truth to that, but I feel like we need to make the distinction between heavy weight and excess body fat.
Oh.
Because you can also weigh a little bit heavy because of extra muscle. But it's more the excess fat that can lead to diabetes as well.
Yeah.
Especially the excess fat around the organs, which is called the visceral fat.
Sure.
Yes.
Simone, you did not buy your qualification when I can tell, because what you said about, you know what, in terms of the excess fat, I never looked at it that way, because everybody is different in terms of what that means, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But just talk to us a little bit about as well, just in terms of, you know, the people that you would possibly be living with and the people that might have diabetes. How can we make it easier for, let's say, our loved ones who do have it, and let's say I don't, but I'm trying to just, you know, be a little bit supportive?
Yes. So I feel like you should also be kind to them and not be like, you can't have this, you can't have this, because they're already dealing with a lot of pressure and stress from that diagnosis if they have diabetes.
Yeah.
And just to like assist them in a way, but not to make it more difficult. So to have a healthy, balanced meals with them and to eat with the family and not have separate meals for them and separate meals for the rest of the family.
Yeah.
Because that causes a lot more pressure as well.
Sure. And just in terms of when we're talking about, you know, the fact that diabetes is the #1 killer when it comes to women and the second leading killer when it comes to men, can you speak to us about why it's so important for us to not just have these conversations, but more than anything else, also really just be in the know in terms of diabetes?
Yes, so diabetes is definitely, is generally like a progressive condition. So if you don't manage it well, it can just get worse and worse and worse.
Sure.
And it is, like I said, if you have diabetes, it does become a lifelong condition, which can then lead to other health conditions like cardiovascular diseases.
You see, these are the things that people don't know. So, Simone, like I said before, thank you so much for just the work that you're doing and coming through and having this conversation with us. And happy World Diabetes Day.
Thank you to you too.
As we said earlier on, it is all about making sure that we have the information, because we heard the facts today with Simone, and we will be getting into so much more on the show. However, right about now, you got to make sure that you stay tuned, because there's still a whole lot more on the menu on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
There is indeed, Zanele. So much more. Now, Ewan and I would like to just give you a little demo as to how you can be a part of the Golden Baker Search. It is back, and you stand a chance to win 50,000 Rand in cash. It is brought to you by Golden Cloud and Beacon.
Yes,
I'll continue.
indeed. I started skewering for you already, so you can start decorating and show us your skills, my friend.
I'm going to, my brother.
Yeah, that's a shame. That one, this one over here didn't have a good lunch. You see, look at that. Yeah, no.
Shame piece,
but it's
man.
okay. We're gonna make it look amazing.
Yes.
Now, here's the thing. 5 lucky finalists will be chosen to compete live in 3 rounds of the most festive bake-offs for that grand prize of 50,000 Rand. It's a huge prize. And if you want to know how to enter, it's very, very simple. Simply reply on the competition post on the Expresso social pages with a picture and a description of your most outrageously festive bake. Look at you.
So I'm just trying to get it like really like sort of, you know.
Okay, but don't you want to put, because listen, we got to stick some stuff on there. So
I want to start like a little palette for us to work from.
But you got to,
great.
There we go. Because,
you see?
Because you see what needs to happen now.
You got to pluck it on.
We got to pluck it on now.
So if you want to be a part of this, be sure to include the Golden Cloud and a Beacon product used in your particular recipe with a little bit of a picture of it as well, please. And then make sure the hashtag Golden Baker Search 2023 is attached to your entry. You can also enter via the WhatsApp line. It's a different one, 079 378 9769. That's how it goes.
Listen, dude, we need a little bit more chocolate here for glue.
Okay? Chocolate glue?
But that's exactly what it is, technically. You got me covered.
Yep, go for it.
Fantastic. You see, look at that. And then you can continue.
Can I continue?
You can continue, because I need your artistic flair in this.
That's
All
how it goes.
Now, while Cole is doing this, there are also weekly hampers to be won, and the top 5 finalists stand a chance to win prizes, sponsored by DeLonghi, which is also fantastic. So make sure to enter as many times as you like. There's no number. You can do it. Just enter. Entries close, though, December the 20th. Put that in your diary. T's and C's do apply, but you do not want to miss out on this competition going into the festive season as well. Lovely stuff, dude.
You're doing so well. I'm proud of us.
Yeah,
I
this
really
one.
am. This is great.
And then you know what?
What are you going to do?
Just because we can.
Are you going to...
Because this is a plate. There we go.
If you're going to do that, then I am going to just finish this off in the best way, right? Are you waiting? Just wait for it.
I want some jelly tots as well.
Okay, jelly tots?
Yes.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, go for it.
Okay. Now, from a height.
From a height.
It's snowing.
Buddy. Come on.
Come on.
Doesn't that look just simply amazing?
And it's easy to do. We did that in like 30 seconds.
I think that's worth 50,000 bucks.
Why not?
No.
Can we enter?
No, dude.
Oh, sorry.
No, we can't enter, but it would be nice. I think we have a good, firm chance.
But I think what we want is something beautiful. And remember, please add the products alongside it. And the thing is, get creative. Make sure that the picture is as flamboyant of the family as well. Because the thing is, the more creative, the better. So one of those products you see on screen now, make sure you add it to your, of course, entry and, of course, hashtag Golden Baker Search 2023.
Go big so you don't go home. Just
yes,
like that.
Please don't go home. In fact, I want you to stay home, but don't go anywhere, because on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we'll be chatting to, of course, our big friend, our amazing friend, Nontebo Zikode, a Grammy Award-winning artist on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'm excited.
Exactly, and then we also bring you a little bit of fitness inspiration. We're talking about the importance of protein for muscle building and recovery after a good workout. Also, when you need to get that protein in after workout to really bank your training. That's how they say.
Lovely.
You're gonna bank your training.
Bank the training.
After the break, we'll bank it. See you now.
Mabel, check this. With a MyGoals premium account, you get 12 free airport lounge visits.
12?
Yeah.
God, David, when are you busy planning your next getaway during office hours? Man.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
You know that between the times of 6 to 9 a.m. Monday to Friday, the breakfast is also Feel Good right here on S3 on Expresso. But every single Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday now, we're going to be coming to you live along with Cape Town in Johannesburg as well with me, Zanele. And this is the really beautiful thing. We're going to be having some of the most incredible guests. As you heard, of course, Nontebo is in the house. But right now, we are celebrating World Diabetes Day with someone who I genuinely feel like is doing such incredible work. She's a registered dietitian. It is Simone Bluchnoot, who is helping us in terms of finding out how we can maintain a healthy lifestyle with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. So Simone, let's start off with type 1 diabetes. You know, what are the different things that we can possibly do in terms of maintaining a healthy lifestyle, especially in terms of staying on track with that?
Yeah, so with type 1 diabetes, it's all about learning the portion sizes and also learning how to count your carbs with the amount of insulin that you have to inject.
Yeah.
So just to match that, and how to like learn how to read the labels and how to make it practically for yourself as well.
Sure. And, you know, when we talk about type 2 diabetes, what are the differences and what do we need to do to maintain a healthy lifestyle for that?
So with type 2 diabetes, if you're on oral medication, it's just about choosing the right type of carbs. So switching out your high GI carbs for that higher fiber carbs.
Yeah.
Something that also can help is to have protein with each of your meals. So protein actually can help decrease the glycemic response of those carbs because it keeps the carbs longer in the stomach and helps to release it slower.
So when we're talking about, you know, just the different things that people don't necessarily know, because, for example, I know that some people don't know the differences between type 1 and type 2 diabetes, but let's talk about the misconceptions, because like we said, it's all about getting information on this day. What are the top 5 misconceptions that you think people have in terms of really not knowing what exactly is happening?
Okay, so the one is not to take prediabetes seriously.
Okay.
Because at prediabetes, you still have so much opportunity to correct it a little bit. Whereas when it gets to the diabetes, it is like a lifelong condition.
Yeah.
So to definitely take that opportunity and make the best of what you can from it. The one is also, another misconception is that if you eat too much sweet things, that will lead to diabetes.
So it won't, Simone?
Not necessarily the
Oh my,
case.
I need to tell my mother, because she has been telling me since I was a kid. Okay, yes. Yeah.
So if you have like birthday cake, it's not going to mean, and it's very sweet, that you're just going to get diabetes. Yes.
Okay, and number 3?
Okay, so another one would be that you can't get diabetes if you're living a healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
So there is still cases like with medical conditions that increases your risk.
Wow.
For example, with polycystic ovary syndrome, that does increase your risk to develop insulin resistance and thereafter diabetes as well.
Yeah.
It's not always that you're doing bad at life and then you get diabetes. Sometimes there is other factors that contribute to it as well.
So is that why you said you always need to make sure that you're getting screened? Because even if you run 10 kilometers a day and you eat the healthiest diet ever, you can still possibly get diabetes.
Definitely.
Sure, okay.
So screening is very important as well.
Okay. Do you have another one for us while we wrap things up?
A funny one that I heard is that sometimes when you have hyperglycemia, I can just drink water and it will fix the sugar. But it definitely won't.
Hectic. Simone, you've literally just crushed all our dreams in terms of what we knew when it comes to diabetes, but I love it because you are educating us, which is exactly what we need, you know? Can I also just ask you, when we talk about kids and diabetes, what are the best things that parents can do in terms of making sure that my child doesn't get diabetes?
So with kids, sometimes it's type 1 diabetes, which is not something that you can necessarily prevent.
Yeah.
So just to get the screening, to make sure that they are living a healthy lifestyle as well, and to make sure that the meals at home are like balanced and healthy, to get them maybe into like sports, to make sure that they have physical activity, etc. So just to promote a healthy lifestyle as well.
Yes, and I mean, that's what you need to have for a child in general.
Yes.
So I love that. We just need to keep doing what we're doing as the super parents.
Exactly.
Simone, you are incredible. Thank you so much for joining us today. And like I said before, honestly, you and the work that you're doing, let's continue to meet up every World Diabetes Day, can we? Amazing. Her name is Simone Vluchnoot. She was letting us in on what we need to know on World Diabetes Day. Right now, though, of course, you need to get ready for everything else that is coming up on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Do not go anywhere.
Thank you so much, Zanelle. Well, listen, this could be your lucky day. If you play Powerball every week, then you'll be super happy to hear that today's total estimated jackpot is at a life-changing 21 million rand. Now, the Powerball jackpot is estimated at 5 million rand, and the Powerball Plus is estimated at 16 million rand. So, I mean, just imagine the possibilities with a win like this. Come on, now someone has to win, so why not let it be you? Now, there are so many ways that you can buy your tickets. You can buy them in store on the nationallottery.co.za website, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply by dialing *120 *7529 hash for the USSD. Now, we've posted all of these details, if you are keen to know, on our social media channels, so go check them out and start choosing your numbers, because the 21 million rand total estimated jackpots could have your name on it, so don't get left behind. Ponder, pusher, play.
When it comes to nutrition, we know that protein, it plays a vital role in our overall health. It's the essential building block for our cells and helps with tissue growth and repair. However, when it comes to boosting muscle growth and post-workout recovery, there's a lot of mixed advice about how much protein to eat, which types to choose, and what the best sources are. Joining us this morning to clear up the confusion and to guide us towards achieving better post-workout results is Sonal Ratan, a registered dietitian from Future Life. It's so lovely to have you back.
Thank you for having me on the show, Zoe.
You know, when we do workouts, we always get told protein, protein, protein. But from a registered dietitian's point of view, what role does protein play in muscle recovery and growth?
So Zoe, when we do strenuous exercise, our muscles actually may develop micro tears, and this activates our body's muscle repair response. So in this repair response, protein actually plays a vital role. So it's important that we consume sufficient amounts of protein for the day. So sufficient amounts of protein post-exercise actually also help with muscle synthesis and muscle strength.
So it's very important in getting the results that we want. I always find that I don't consume enough protein throughout the day. What is the daily recommended dose?
So according to the International Society of Sports Nutrition, we should actually consume between 1.4 grams to 2 grams per kg per day. So I know that sounds very confusing, but for example, if you weigh 70 kgs, this would be about 98 to 140 grams of protein per day. I could see you going, whoa, that's a lot of protein. And it does sound quite overwhelming, but if we put into food perspective, for example, 7 grams of protein would be the equivalent of 1 egg, a half a cup of beans or lentils, 30 grams, which is the size and thickness of a matchbox, of meat or cheese. So it's really quite easy to meet our protein requirements for the day. And it's important that we include a protein with every meal and snack, so we meet those daily protein requirements. And a great option and a snack option would be, for example, our Future Life high protein bars. Just one bar contains 12.5 grams of protein, and then the high protein shake contains 16 grams of protein per shake.
So it's all about being strategic, planning your meals and making sure you focus on getting your protein intake.
100%.
So now, you know, when people go to the gym, I see people gulping down those protein smoothies as soon as they're done with their workout. What is the optimal time period for you to consume your protein to make sure you benefit from all of the benefits of protein?
So Zoe, contrary to popular belief, and according to recent research, you have a maximum of 2 hours to consume your recovery meal. So this also can be increased depending on when you've had your pre-exercise meal. So you don't have to gulp it down immediately. And I think the most common mistakes that athletes and active individuals do make is that they forget about the importance of carbohydrates. They only focus on the protein, protein, protein. But remember, when we're exercising, we're using up those glycogen stores. It's important that we replenish those glycogen stores. So it's important to pair protein with a carbohydrate. So the amount of carbohydrates and glycogen stores that you use up largely depends on the type of exercise that you're doing. So for example, if you're doing more endurance exercise, such as running or swimming, then you're going to use a lot more glycogen stores versus strength training. And Future Life Smart Food is a great option. It contains both carbohydrates and protein with an impressive 30 grams of protein per 100 grams. In just one 75-gram serving, you're also getting 75% of your daily requirements for all vitamins and most minerals. And I think people are always quite receptive to cost, and they're looking for cost-effective options. It's a great cost-effective option. You can also rest assured that it's free from banned substances. So we only use food raw materials in our factory, and over and above that, we do random batch third-party testing to make sure that's free from banned substances.
I love this. Now, I love that I also get to pick your brain for your incredible knowledge. There's this misconception, especially women, we think, oh, if I consume a lot of protein, I'm going to get bulky if I go to the gym. Please put our minds at ease.
Certainly not. And if you look at the studies, protein actually helps with weight loss. So it's important that we get enough protein for the day.
Ladies, get your protein. So now when it comes to the different types of protein that we consume, does it matter which type?
So the type of protein certainly does matter. So according to international scientific research, a blend of proteins is much more effective because of the different digestion rates of the protein. So it's released into the body over a longer period of time, which optimizes the muscle repair process. So for example, whey, I'm sure most people know about whey, is very fast release. Your casein is slow release and your soy is intermediate. So at Future Life, we're all about science-based nutrition. So we formulated our high-protein shake, our high-protein smart food, as well as a high-protein light bars with our Smart 3D formulation, which is a scientific blend of whey, casein, and soy.
Oh, I love that you have taken all of the thinking out for us and just simplified this entire process. Thank you, Sonal. And if you are looking for optimal muscle growth and recovery, then don't go anywhere, because after the break, we will take you through a super delicious post-workout smoothie that is packed with tons of flavor and power.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Feel Good Breakfast Show it is. And the thing is, this is going to be a beautiful opportunity for us to discuss some diabetes.
Yes,
right?
yes. Look, it's something that a lot of people are living with and dealing with. And I think still, even today, there's still a lot of misconceptions around it. And we are here to inform you this morning. We've had some brilliant discussions as well with Zanele up in Joburg as well. But we have on social media a question for you. Let's have a look.
And it's quite simple. It's just about, do you have a history of diabetes in your family? And more importantly, have you changed your diet or lifestyle to accommodate and adapt to this diagnosis? So please let us know. Thank you so much for anybody who has jumped on with voice notes as well as commentary. And here are a few of your comments on the topic. Thanks a lot for sharing. So let's go.
Let's take a look. All right, so Esther says, good morning, team. And yes, I do have family that suffers with diabetes. We had to change a lot of things, yet we became used to all of it and still going strong with the changes. See, it's just that implementing of the changes and re-looking the way that you approach your diet as well, which is very important.
Thank you so much for sharing. Also, Sylvia Raymond saying, good morning, Expresso team and viewers. I have lost my mom, dad, and brother due to diabetes. Ever since then, I had to maintain a healthy lifestyle by cutting out all fatty foods and sugar. I exercise daily and make sure that my family eats healthy as well. Sylvia, our sincere condolences. Thank you for being so vulnerable and sharing with us. But of course, that's the great thing about, these moments in our lives. What we do is we look at those situations and we act, and I think that's a fantastic
and it's great to hear that, Sylvia, that you implemented, exercise routine and relooking your diet. I was just having an off-camera discussion with one of our guys here saying that the minute you stop moving, that's when it becomes a problem. You got to start moving, you got to relook, you got to live healthy and generally eat healthy as well. We got a quick voice note as well in reply to our Facebook comment this morning.
Good morning, Feel Good Expresso team. Mrs. Nirmala Devi Mudley of Gauteng. Yes, history of diabetes from my mother's time. Siblings, it attacked my generation, but some of the other, I got it under control. Yes, it is into the next generation as well. I had a beautiful doctor in 2001 who diagnosed me with borderline diabetes, but he saved me from going on to meds for 10 years. I pushed it for 13 years before I requested the meds because I didn't want any complications setting in through ignorance. Well, the message was and the request from the doctor was eat 5 or 6 small portions of your helpings for the day. Do not sleep on a full stomach and exercise regularly. God bless. Have a good day.
Oh, love it. Thank you very much for sharing your insights. Really appreciate that.
Great advice. Nina's up next, weighing in.
Hi, good morning, Expresso. Sorry, I have no voice. I have laryngitis.
Oh, no.
But to your question of the day about sugar diabetes, my aunt had sugar diabetes many years ago before she passed away. And at that time, the chocolate just came out on the market for people with sugar diabetes. And I bought her a slab and I gave it to her and she burst out crying. And my uncle said, I'm trying to kill his wife because of the chocolate. And I said, no, it's special chocolate. And she started crying and she said, in all her life, nobody ever bought her anything. And this is chocolate specially made for someone with sugar diabetes. And that's just when the chocolate came out on the market. So life has changed and there's a lot more products out there now for people with sugar diabetes.
Sure.
Wow,
Thank you very much for sharing. Yeah, how's that, eh? Like, you can see how, this is not only something that you deal with, but it's such an emotional, I think, journey as well that you're on if you are diagnosed with diabetes. But it looks like, obviously, it comes down to that support. And the knowledge around it, just educating yourself around it. And that's why we also here this morning, to give you that insights.
All right, another voice note coming through. This is Nicole.
I have a cousin of mine that has had diabetes from a very young age, and we just had to learn how to adapt, especially when hosting family events, and it's just being cautious of her sugar levels and always just making sure that she can be accommodated for, especially when it comes to desserts. But she has been able to manage it, and as a family we've just adapted.
management, adaptation, you can still live a beautiful life. And we want to make sure you feel like you are comforted and, of course, given all the information you Feel Good Breakfast Show today. Talking about information, can we have some news in the next couple of moments, if you don't mind?
Yes, let me go get it.
Lovely. So, of course, there's more to come when it comes to diabetes, more to come with Zanele in Johannesburg. We're so excited to have our brand new presenter here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show starting today. But, of course, as mentioned, news is coming your way as well as sport, a bit of traffic, some weather, and then continue weighing in on the topic as well. 063-408-8863 as we get into your news.
Thank you so much, Carl. 2 minutes to 7 o'clock. Let's take another look at your news headlines. Starting off with your national news, the police's public order unit is monitoring the protest by mine workers at Gold One mine in Springs on the East Rand. Now, 11 people have been arrested for contravening a court order and malicious damage to property after a vehicle was set alight. Workers downed tool last week demanding that the Association of Mine Workers and Construction Union, known as AMCU, be recognized as a majority union by the mine. Last week, workers also embarked on a strike to expedite the balloting process for the new majority union. And civil rights organizations in Lusikisiki, Eastern Cape, have called on the presidency to declare a state of emergency as several murders have been committed there lately. Teachers, women and children are particularly being targeted. In the latest incident, a teacher from the Subaba High School was killed on Friday. Meanwhile, at least 9 people have died in 2 shooting incidents on Sunday night. In Kabeja, Eastern Cape, 4 people were fatally shot and 1 wounded. And at the Uganda informal settlement in Umlazi near Durban, 5 people were shot dead. Over to international news headlines this morning. Gaza's largest hospital, Al-Shifa, is nearly a cemetery, the World Health Organization warns, with bodies piling up inside and outside. Dozens of premature babies and 45 kidney patients needing dialysis can't be treated properly due to the lack of power. Now, fighting has been raging close to the hospital in recent days, with severe fuel shortages impacting treatment. Israel has accused Hamas of having a command center under the hospital, which the facility and Hamas deny. The death toll in Gaza presently stands at some 11,000. More than 4,500 of these are children. And a court in Uganda has charged a man with terrorism along with other offences over the killing last month of 2 tourists and their guide. Abdul Rashid Kyoto is allegedly a commander in the Islamic State-linked Allied Democratic Forces militia. He is accused of killing a honeymoon couple from the UK and South Africa and the Ugandan guide in an attack in a national park on 17 October. Now, Kyoto made no comment when the charges were read out to him in court. And we'll end with this story. Kenya's President William Ruto is putting his money where his mouth is. He has granted Kenyans a special holiday to plant 100 million trees as part of his government's goal to plant 15 billion trees in 10 years. Now, the holiday allows each and every Kenyan to own the initiative. Now, all Kenyans are being encouraged to plant at least 2 seedlings, leading to the target of 100 million. And this initiative is intended to assist in the fight against climate change. Now, trees, of course, help to tackle global warming by absorbing oxygen or absorbing carbon dioxide from the air whilst releasing oxygen into the atmosphere. Now, Kenya's government is making available some 150 million seedlings in public nurseries, all for free. What an incredible initiative. That's your news headlines for the 7 o'clock bulletin. We'll have one more round for you at 8 right now. Let's get another take at your sports. Here's Carl.
Hey, so let's take a look at the sports, starting with cricket. The exodus continues when it comes to cricket. Pakistan's bowling coach, Morne Morkel, has stepped down following the team's World Cup exit in India. The 39-year-old's resignation follows Pakistan's loss to England. The PCB confirmed a replacement will be announced before the upcoming 3-test tour of Australia. Captain Babar Azam and team director Mickey Arthur are under scrutiny for the team's subpar performance, missing the semi-finals for the 5th time in 6 tournaments. Meanwhile, cricket enthusiasts can catch the Proteas' upcoming semi-final live on S3 on Thursday at 10 a.m. Also available on SABC Sport and SABC Plus. The great thing about that platform, no subscription fees apply, no excuse to support the Proteas ahead of that big semi-final. Now on to football. Of course, Uruguay's all-time leading goal scorer Luis Suarez earns his first call-up under coach Marcelo Bielsa for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Argentina this Friday. Despite his stellar performance for Gremio, the 36-year-old hasn't played for Uruguay since Bielsa's appointment in May, and Argentina leads the qualifiers with 4 consecutive wins, positioning them atop the table ahead of Venezuela as well as Brazil. Now, the top 6 teams from South America will qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, hosted by Canada, Mexico, and the United States. On the tennis action, Alexander Zverev launched his ATP Finals campaign with a comeback victory, overcoming Carlos Alcaraz 6-7, 6-3 and 6-4. The 2-time ATP Finals winner displayed dominance against a struggling Alcaraz returning from injuries. Alcaraz, hampered by back and foot issues, couldn't match Zverev's prowess. Despite Alcaraz's fight, Zverev's powerful performance, marked by 16 aces, secured victory. Zverev's height and serve proved decisive, earning him a lead in the red group. And a sport we don't often report on, but I'm so glad we're doing it this morning: archery. Werner Potgieter clinched a silver medal and secured an Olympic qualification at the 2023 African Championships in Nabil, Tunisia. Now, Potgieter, along with teammates Vian Roux, Morgan Blewett, as well as Karin Whitehead, represented South Africa. The recurve men won bronze against Mauritius. The African Archery Championships, Paris Olympic Games qualifier, allocates 6 spots for Africa, including mixed teams and individual events. Potgieter's silver marks a significant step toward Paris 2024. Well done. We affirmed, of course, and hit the bullseye. That's it for sport for now. Another update in 1 hour. Let's take a look at your traffic and get you to work. Starting off in Pretoria, there is a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound that is after Garsfontein Road. The centre lane is closed, and of course expect delays and allow for more travel time if you are indeed on your way to work on that path. KZN, there's a stationary vehicle on the N2 northbound after the ramp from KwaMashu. The left lane is closed, so do drive carefully. And of course, get yourself to work as safely as possible. Let's take a look at your weather. So on to weather news. Now, the Weather Service has warned of high temperatures of between 30 and 40 degrees Celsius for the Cape Metropole and other parts of the Western Cape over the next 2 days. Cape Town City's Disaster Risk Management Centre has advised the public to take precautions. A spokesperson for the centre, Sonika Latachan, says high temperatures also increase the risk of veld and bushfires, and that no fires should be made in the open or left unattended. She urged people to avoid the outdoors if possible, to drink plenty of water, to stay hydrated, and to keep a close eye on the elderly, people with serious health conditions, and young children. She also advised people to ensure that pets have access to shady areas and ample clean drinking water. Now let's take a look at a sunrise view that you've sent in. Thank you for this. Laniel Trout from Delbrook Tidal Pool sent this one in. And I mean, this is just the majesty of nature all in one picture. If you ever visit Cape Town, of course, the Delbrook Tidal Pool is one to go and enjoy. 063 408 8863. If you can beat that, that is absolutely majestic. And while that vision is in your head, let's take a look at your temperatures. As you can see, temperature-wise, wow, 39 degrees in Uppington. That's the temperatures we were talking about a little earlier. Please stay hydrated and try and avoid direct sunlight at all costs. Be safe out there. Now, temperatures are rising right here in the Feel Good Breakfast Show because earlier on the show I asked you to dress Ewan. and you've done so well with regard to the summer look. Option 1 was a print slub shirt styled with a plain white t-shirt and yellow swim shorts. Option 2 was a plain textured slub shirt styled with striped swim shorts. Let's take a look at some of the votes that came through in the comments thereof, which is wonderful to always see why you want these particular looks. So Shireen started off in saying, good morning, Ewan and the team. Happy Tuesday. I choose option 1 for Ewan. Perfect for the weather today and a vibrant for this beautiful summer day. Welcome to the Expresso family. Zanele, so amazing to have you as part of the team. Have a great day. Shireen, thanks a lot for the compliments. We love seeing that. Let's see if there are any other votes that have come through. Yes, they have. Gwyneth saying, Ken! I mean, Ewan will look good in option 1. Actually, wil ek net sê, lekker bene sien. Hello, I know. Gwyneth, hello, it's so early in the morning for you to be this way. Anyway, Laura's saying I would go with option A. It'll go nicely with your skin tone. Show some leg. Wow! Just shows you in the morning, it's never too early to be a little thirsty. Right, let's take a look at the option that was chosen. Please welcome Ewan in option 1. Yes! Look at this. Summer style slub shirt. This one's the printed one, complemented by a yellow swim shorts and, of course, a white t-shirt underneath there. And the main feature is, of course, the björna. So there we go. That is, you know, that's the great
Gwyneth,
thing.
this is for you. Let's do a, what did I do?
What about Laura? Laura also wanted you
Laura,
to show the björna.
There's a leg.
Yes!
Just for you, okay.
Yes, Queen. But you do have a lovely tan,
Look, I do have a lovely tan. Thank you very much. Yes, now I've got my summer quota already, but right now I am feeling like I'm going to leave you alone this morning because I'm going to go look for a beach.
Oh, really?
Because look at how I'm dressed.
Okay,
I'm dressed for the beach, and this is where I'm going now because you can't not wear this and not go to the beach.
This is great.
You know
I mean, it's safe to say you're like, ken your story.
Ken your story. And listen, let me be honest.
Yeah.
I said that I have a favorite.
Was it this?
And this is it.
Yes!
You guys nailed it. Well done. Well done. I love it.
Very, very good.
They are good. You guys are amazing. Like all these tips and styles that we've been doing on your Feel Good Breakfast show over the years. You guys picked up a tip or two, huh? I like it.
I honestly just think that you wanted to see his legs. So that's great. It makes sense. You got your wish, and now maybe make some other wishes come true. If you have indeed a significant other, maybe focus from Ewan to your significant other and go to Woolies and grab some style. In fact, you can show off some summer style beach or poolside. Shop the latest summer styles at Woolworths, available in-store, online, and on the app.
And there we go. You went away, and now you came back. You took a look at something else, and now you are back, which is fantastic. And here we are. And it's lovely to be in your company. We are here till 9 o'clock. We still have lots of time. We're going to take a very quick break. I'm going to get comfortable, more comfortable than I am right now. I'm going to go chill out on the couch. And yeah, you're going to serve me a cup of coffee, and all of that's all going to go down in this break that we're going to have right now. And when we come back, we're going to show you how to make a delicious post-workout smoothie to fuel, the body a little bit.
Yes, to fuel the björna. And then, of course, we've got Nomkhebo Zikode, who'll be entertaining us with Sanele up in Joburg in the next couple of minutes. So make sure you stay there for good reason. Entertainment and Ewan's legs on your
And your legs, Drew. You also, show off the legs. Come on, just like...
If your cooking makes you proud, then you might be Mzansi's next cooking star. To be a part of Color Your Plate with Koo on SABC2, show us how a healthier you starts with you and your tasty plate. Take a video of yourself creating a colorful meal and tell us why you should be Mzansi's next cooking star. WhatsApp your entry to 072-741-5357 and you could be on the new season. Plus, stand to win your share of prizes valued at 500,000 Rand. Color Your Plate with Koo.
way to start off your morning is, of course, on S3 on your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso. We're coming to you live from the Johannesburg studio. It literally only started today, so I need to reiterate again, no, you are not on the wrong channel. You're at the right place. We just heard from the Cape Town family. But because we're in Johannesburg and we are opening the studio, we had to pull out all of the stops, right? All in a celebration of what it is that we're going to be doing here. And I couldn't think of a better way, Expresso family, than us to bring a Grammy Award winner. I would just like to thank my mother, my father, and both my parents, and also Nomcabo Zikota for winning this Grammy. Nomcabo, not only are you a Grammy Award winner, you're a record label owner, you are also a multi-platinum selling singer.
Yeah.
My love, what does that feel like to you?
It feels awesome. Firstly, I'm very thankful to God for everything that He has done for me. It's really wonderful. I've never thought that one day I'll be where I am today. So I'm really thankful, honestly speaking.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm feeling amazing. The feeling is just awesome.
Yes, and I want to quickly give this to you quickly.
Yeah.
I just want to see it on you again. We all see, yes, the material.
Okay, all right.
Thank you. Yes, yes. Nomcabo, I will take it off your hands just so you are free to tell us, because we know that your story isn't one that just started the other day.
Yeah.
You were a backup singer for 15 years.
Of course.
Speak to us about that, and what was that experience like?
It was a good experience because I really believe that where I am today because of that experience, it has really groomed me to be a person that I am today. So, yeah, I'm grateful for that experience.
Yes, and of course it helped you grow.
Of course.
Yes.
Hence I'm saying that there's a lot that I've learned over the years.
Futhi ke masithethe ngabo, the people that you've backed in the past.
Yeah.
Of course, you've had, you know, the opportunity to back some really incredible people.
Yeah.
Kodwa masithethe ngaba bantu, the ones who really just made a huge impact on you and even made you the Nomcabo that you are today.
Oh my gosh, there's a lot, man. Almost all of them. There's Zahara, there's from Loliwe until the album yakhe yokugcina, since ngiyibacking singer yakhe, it was just an amazing experience traveling the world together.
Yeah.
Also the late Mam Deborah Fraser, late Lundi, late Sfiso Ncwane. It was just an amazing experience for me, honestly speaking.
I love that, and of course you've got backup singers now. Can I audition for you later?
Oh, okay.
Because even
Are you ready?
Yeah, I am ready.
Really? When you find an Kanyeze,
when ufana nenkanyezi.
Lalela, I'm giving you a 5, my friend.
A 5 out of 5.
No, out of 10. I'm telling you.
Listen, we'll talk about it later, please.
Okay.
But I want to quickly take you back as well to, of course, we know Jerusalem was one of the biggest hits that you were a part of.
Yeah.
But let's go back to when you had a collaboration with DJ Kanyan.
Oh, it was just amazing. I'm so thankful for that collaboration or for that opportunity. Remember, I was a backing singer for more than 15 years. For him to give me that opportunity to do that song together with him, like I'm grateful even today.
Yes.
Because whoever that worked with me after that, whoever that worked with me, it's all because of that song. So if angisebenzanga naye kuleya ngoma leyana ngaba akekho ngibonile. So and uNkulunkulu emuhle ingoma yenza kakhulu.
Yes.
Today abantu basayithanda.
Exactly.
Mangithi nje sazobuya, salusubuya, salusubuya.
Nomcabo, you see, you only make hits, and this is where you are a Grammy Award winner. I want to ask you very quickly, because I feel like, you know, when we talk about abantu who open doors for you, what is the importance of everyone opening doors for each other in the industry?
It's very important, hence I've done it already. Under a company yami khona Sykes, who's doing very, very well. Unengoma yakhe trendayo go TikTok ethi namhla sestaleni babies bakisha namasulcase ladies. Also wenza ingoma noThukzini le ethi Plani. He also wrote the song. He's a singer of that song. Yeah.
Really?
So that guy is part of my company emazulwini. So kubalekile vele ukuthi sivulelana amathuba. uJehova emuhle ngiyacabanga ukuthi ngisazokwazi ukuthi ngiphinde ngikwazi ukuthi ngivulele nabanye futhi amathuba.
Come on, you're just going to go and like chat to your fairly Grammy Award winners, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just, you know.
Okay.
Exactly. But Nomcabo, speak to us about what the rest of the year is looking for you, right? Because I heard you guys talking about Germany and
There's Germany, there's, oh my gosh, there's a lot. There's Congo, there's Kenya, there's, oh my gosh, London.
Yeah.
I'm not complaining even.
Please
I'm just grateful to God.
Listen.
Though it's very tiring.
Yeah.
But, and complain.
We are grateful for your talent, and this is why we are going to be experiencing it very soon right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do not go anywhere. We got Grammy Award winner Nomcebo Zikode in the house. Right now, though, Zoe, what are you cooking up in that kitchen, girl?
If you're looking for the perfect post-workout smoothie that will assist with recovery and muscle growth, then you'll want to get your hands on this high-protein Future Life post-workout smoothie that myself and Sonal are about to show you how to make. It is packed with tons of flavor and power. Sonal, what is the key ingredient here? What is giving us our power that we need?
So the star of the show is our Future Life high-protein smart food, and it's available in a chocolate flavor and vanilla flavor.
Ooh, so how are we going to whip this smoothie together? What are our flavor profiles we're working with?
Perfect. So today we're going to do 1 cup of milk. So remember, dairy actually plays an important role in sports recovery. So we're going to add some dairy. So it's 1 cup of low-fat milk.
Low-fat milk.
We're adding 1 medium or large-sized banana, depending on how thick you want the smoothie to be.
And what makes the Future Life high-protein smart food an ideal option for a post-workout smoothie?
Okay, so I'm sure on the box you would have probably a few questions about what is this 3D device. And this is actually to call out the Smart Protein 3D blend in the product, which is a scientific blend of 3 different protein sources: whey, which is very fast acting, soy, which is intermediate, and casein, which is slow. So this is a great product for post-workout muscle recovery.
Oh, this is what we want to hear. This is why we are here. So we've got our milk, we've got our banana in there.
Yes. So would you like to put the peanut butter in?
Yeah, let's add some peanut butter. I mean, I feel like peanut butter in a smoothie is always a winner.
Always a winner.
And we're just going for a tablespoon. Getting all of that in there. I feel like we need to make sure we get everything in there. I'm that person when I cook.
Me too.
Don't like wasting ingredients.
Especially when it comes to peanut butter, the delicious part.
There we go.
And then we're going to be adding 1/2 cup of a high-protein smart food.
Oh, I love this. Now, how many servings are we about to make here?
So this would make 1 serving, and if you're doing strength training, this would be an ideal combination of carbs and protein. But if you're doing endurance training like running or swimming, I would recommend that you add extra carbs. So this could be in the form of an extra fruit.
Okay, extra fruit. Would a little bit of oats work if we had to add a bit of carbs in that regard?
Certainly, you can add some oats, fruit. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. So you're going to give that a blitz. Look at that. And when would be the ideal time to consume the smoothie? Now, for those who missed what you said, when can they consume this? I'm joking.
So the ideal time would be as a post-workout recovery.
Oh.
But you could also have it as a high-protein breakfast. This is my go-to breakfast option.
Oh, listen, we have the perfect smoothie for you. And if you want to get your hands on this Future Life post-workout smoothie, you can visit futurelife.com. And if you've missed any of the steps, if you want to see the ingredients that we've used, don't worry, we have got you sorted. Look at this.
Delicious.
Oh, this is delicious. Okay.
So Zoe, can you guess the amount of protein in here?
Okay, you said there is 28 grams
of protein in here.
28 grams of protein in there. So what is that equivalent to 4 eggs?
100%. Well done.
See, 1 egg has 7 grams of protein. I listened. And I mean, we are still going through that avian shortage of eggs. So this is a great way to make sure you get your protein in.
Breakfast, post-workout recovery. Yeah.
Oh, I have to give this a try. Sonal, thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers. Here we go. You get the banana, you get the peanut butter, but it's oh so chocolatey and delicious. If you've missed any of the steps on how to make this delicious post-workout smoothie, here you go.
What song?
You're on your Feel Good Breakfast show on S3, and we're coming to you live from the Johannesburg studio, which just joined the family, actually. And I feel like a winner this morning, not just because I'm now part of the winning team, but because we have a Grammy Award winner in the house. Boo, 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 boo. Does the boo, boo, boo come out of your Grammy horn? Is that what happens now? Okay, thank you. Nomcebo, you are somebody who has honestly just gone on to do such incredible things, and right now we're about to experience one of your beautiful songs live. Tell us about it. What is it about?
The name of the song is Inkanyezi. Isho nje ukuthi wena ufana nenkanyezi ekhanyisa phakathi kwenzulu zobusuku. Shithi whenever ngikwi darkness uyaqhamuka wena inkanyezi yami ukhanyisa. Ipartner yakho ke leyo. Engakulahli mangabe useyinkingeni iyakusupport a supportive partner.
Yes. And translated, what is Inkanyezi for those who don't know?
Inkanyezi
it's a light. A star. Yes, you see, it's Xhosa Zulu. This is the thing. A star, and this is the beautiful thing, because your partner must be a star.
Yeah, njengabantu abathandanayo masithandaneni singamonelani. If every partner yakho ubona ukuthi ke downfall, you need to support him or support her instead of ukuthi ummonele. We are all about supporting each other.
We're all about supporting each other. Speaking of support, I can't do the singing. Can I be a backup dancer, maybe?
Oh, you girly. It's okay. All right.
We'll talk about it later. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Johannesburg studio on Expresso, it is none other than Nomcebo Zikode.
Ngibeke ngoba indlela inde mfuna ukuzithola ngihleli nawe khawujonga ixesha limpile nobomi bami bumile sendakholwa bandonwaba xa ndinawe Nyawo zami ngithathu ngibeke Cela ungithathu ngibeke Ngoba indlela inde Mfuna ukuzithola ngihleli nawe Khawujonga ixesha limkile Nobomi bami bumile Sendakholwa Wena ufana nenkanyezi ekhanyisa phakathi kwenzulu zobusuku Wena ufana nengelese yafika kimi yazoqeda inhlungu bese ngiphela ithemba nabangani bengihleka Wena ufana nenkanyezi ekhanyisa phakathi kwenzulu zobusuku Wena ufana nengelese yafika kimi yazoqeda inhlungu bese ngiphela ithemba nabangani bengihleka Yamthanda nangumuntu Wena ufana nenkanyezi ekhanyisa phakathi kwenzulu zobusuku Wena ufana nengelose yafika kimi yazoqeda inhlungu bese ngiphela ithemba nabangani bengihleka Nyawo zami ngithathu ngibeke Cela ungithathu ngibeke Ngoba indlela inde Mfuna ukuzithola ngihleli nawe Khawujonga ixesha limkile Nobomi bami bumile Sendakholwa bandonwaba xa ndinawe Wena ufana nenkanyezi ekhanyisa phakathi kwenzulu zobusuku Wena ufana Unofana nengelose yafika kimi yazoqeda inhlungu bese ngiphela lithemba nabangani bengihleka wena ufana nenkanyezi ekhanyisa phakathi kwenzulu zobusuku wena ufana nengelose yafika kimi yazoqeda inhlungu bese ngiphela lithemba nabangani bengihleka Zigote, 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 ya. Sahamba manje, uyo, yebo, what's up, uyo. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Zigote, 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 zigote. Thank you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. It is your Tuesday morning on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3. What an incredible honor to spend this time with you early in the morning, and we're not done yet. Now, so far in our Fun Ways to Stay Fit series with Vodacom Enhance, we've learned that there's a whole exciting world of fun fitness activities out there that include everything from kung fu lessons to Zumba dancing and even fun obstacle courses. But our dear friend Graham also reminded us that our pets are the perfect excuse for us to literally get up, get out, and get moving.
Just breathe it in. As a dad of 2 fur babies and then 2 actual babies, obviously I don't have a huge amount of free time, and that certainly extends to getting to gym. So when I can get the pups out for a little walking time, I like to treat it as my walking time as well. And in a setting like this, who could resist? My dogs are pretty much my main channel for staying active. When I get outdoors, when I'm walking with them, that's pretty much how I'm tracking my steps and getting in kind of as much movement as I can. It's in a beautiful environment. They need it for their own anxiety, their mental health, obviously their physical health. They need it just as much as I do. So it feels very wholesome and really good being out in spaces like this with them. when we're out walking, what I love about them is the difference in dynamic. So Leo's the companion dog, he'll always be at your side, whereas Lola is the little hunter. If she can climb a tree, if she can get her face dirty, if she can get as filthy as possible, then she'll do it. When you combine walking with the outdoors like this, and you keep the pace up and you are moving, yes, it does count as exercise. And it's a great entry-level exercise, or something that you can push yourself. You can go for a walk and get up to the top of Table Mountain. It feels and looks very different to a light walk in the park. It's still the same movement. It's a great way to just get the ball rolling if you're wanting to start your journey, or a great way to unplug and just get some peace and quiet while still getting the benefits of exercise. So walking is good. You can have some water, Peony. You're not a big drinker, hey? No, not a big drinker. Hey, my little yin and yang. Wow, 2 Ks in already. That is movement, and I do feel a lot better. We've certainly earned ourselves a little bit of a refreshing water break. And yeah, when you ask about how my kids have affected my own fitness routine, I'm even resorting to taking their water bottles around because I don't think I have one anymore. Come here, pups. You guys have certainly earned a little bit more as well. In our world, things move really quickly, so you've got to make your mental health and your kind of process of going through everything that you've had to chew on for breakfast in the morning, which can be very emotional. It can be really hardcore. There's a lot of gravitas there, and as an empath, I take so much of that on board. I need to be able to process. I need to plug into the green energy and let go of what happened this morning so I can move on to tomorrow's show and do it justice. These little walks in these green spaces have literally saved my life. Let's go. For me, the best part about being able to walk and kind of slow time down, and I suppose the same speaks to long distance running, is being able to meditate and calm your mind through the process. There is an algorithm that kicks in when you're walking. And for me, it's after about 7 minutes where I find I'm not thinking very consciously about what just happened, about my big issues of the day, but I start to drift into the more subconscious stuff, the bigger picture things, my kids and what I want to achieve with them. It's working, and that can happen not with me sitting down and trying to meditate and achieve a higher level of thinking, just by going for a walk. Oh, Gazels, what is it? Major excitement here. I would imagine there is a rat, a crab, or something probably a few centimeters below them. But I think we forget that our dogs are purpose-driven themselves. These are little hunting dogs. They need to get out there. They need to smell things. They need to dig. But they need to express themselves in this way. That's when the anxiety kicks in. That's when the health problems kick in if they don't have access to that. Just like us. All right, gang. We live to hunt another day. Are you all right there, my boy? Hey? Wow, so I've added about another 4,000 steps, and that's 298 calories burnt. Who said walking isn't exercise? Just get out there and move. Break a little bit of a sweat and feel the difference, especially when you're plugging into a space like this. Just a walk a day, a little bit of green energy, some sunshine will go a very long distance.
I love that, Graham. Thank you very much, my friend. So whatever you choose to do, just get your body moving and find something that you absolutely love. And if you're looking to take your fitness to the next level, then Vodacom is giving you the chance to enhance your plan to access smart tech that will change how you work out. Now, here's the thing. You get a Samsung Galaxy Watch 6 eSIM from 49 Rand per month over 36 months, which will allow you to take calls on the go, listen to music, and even pay for your things, all with the convenience of leaving your phone at home. Now, you can enhance your plan in store or by visiting voda.com/enhance. Plus, you get your share of 500 million Rand in cash and rewards on VodaPay when you enhance that summer feeling. So, what are you waiting for? Get on it.
Enhance what you love. Add more of what you need to your contract. Choose from a range of enhanced options in-store or online. Further together. Vodacom.
Sometimes the only movement that I do with my body is taking it from the bed to the fridge. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, because you know. But in studio today, all in the name of making sure that we are moving our bodies the right way, particularly on World Diabetes Day, we have got a lovely lady who is not just an online coach. She is also someone who is a fitness trainer. And honestly and truly, she is one woman who I look at and I go, yeah, you've got a summer body all year round, not just in summer. Chanel Johnson is in the house. My love, how are you feeling today?
Feeling fantastic. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming through. So we, of course, are going to be doing some exercises, all in the name of making sure that when you are diabetic, you're able to do something to move your body in terms of absolutely everything. So can I start off with asking you, when we talk about, okay, we want to have a little bit of a fitness plan, a personalized one, or rather even, where do we start exactly, and how does this help in terms of living with diabetes?
So, any form of physical training, a combination of aerobic training and resistance training, will basically help you not only manage and lower blood sugar levels, but it will also help your body become more sensitive to insulin, which is the issue that people that are diabetic have, because their bodies aren't responsive to insulin, which means blood sugar stays high all the time.
Sure.
So exercise, physical activity, doesn't have to be crazy. They recommend 150 minutes a week. That's 20 minutes a day of aerobic activity and about 2 days of resistance training. So nothing crazy.
So what recommendations do you have then for us to do in terms of that?
So today we're going to do a bit of a leg day.
Okay.
Super basic exercise. Nothing crazy, I won't kill you guys.
Okay, thank you.
So I'll take you through a basic leg day with a combination of compounds, something to get your heart rate up, and some isolation movements.
Okay. Shall we get going with one or two of them?
Okay.
Okay, yes.
Cool. So I'm going to start with some jump squats to get your heart rate up. A modified version of that would be to just do normal body weight squats. I gave you guys some bands, which I don't know where they are, but that's fine. So chest out, back straight. You want to make sure that your knees are rolled out, never buckled, and you want to go down and up. So that's a standard squat. If you wanted to get your heart rate up, you would just add a bit of a jump there.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so we're going to go. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, you guys are jumping?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Yes.
Then we can go into some lunges. So you always want to do a compound and a unilateral movement.
Okay.
If you struggle with the knees, I would recommend doing reverse lunges. If not, then forward lunges are good. So same thing, chest out, back straight. You want to step into your lunge. Make sure your knees don't go over your toes. Chest up and up. Okay.
And Chanel, I have problems with these knees, eh?
So reverse lunge.
Yeah. Oh, I must go backwards then.
Yes.
Yes.
You have issues with your knees?
Okay.
Reverse lunges. There.
No knee
Slow
formed
and
against me
control.
will prosper.
Yes.
Amazing. Amazing. And speaking of which, Chanel, when we're talking about prospering, right, we want to be able to be the best selves that we can, whether we have diabetes or not. So talk to us about, you know, the different ways in which diet can actually be very helpful in terms of really just helping out when you supplement it to your exercise.
Okay, so you basically want a healthy, balanced diet, which is a combination of good carbohydrates, so whole grains, legumes, fruits and vegetables, dietary fiber, lean protein, so fish, salmon, chicken breasts, and good fats, so your nuts, your avos, not too much of those. You want to stay away from anything that's high in saturated fat, trans fats, cholesterol, because that will all contribute to the risk of heart disease, which is a problem that's associated with diabetes. Meal timing is also important, so you want to time your meals around your training as well. But yeah, just a healthy, balanced diet.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Chanel. We appreciate you. And I'm gonna work on the summer body. So will I, yeah. Here we go, everybody. Of course, you know you're tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast show, which means that there's still so much more on the way. Do not go anywhere.
Don't go anywhere, because of course there are still so many things to look forward to on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Wear Blue for Diabetes, a great campaign, and also Know the 5, which is what we're going to traverse as well. And then right behind me, something very special. We have a recipe for really budget-friendly fish cakes that'll also just boost the omegas. So make sure you stick around for recipes as well as knowledge around diabetes on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Celebrate sleeping and style and comfort at the Bed Shop this Black November with up to 35% off. Plus, 4 lucky Expresso viewers each stand the chance of winning an orthopedic Queen Premium Gel Memory Foam bed set, a blanket box, headboard and a mattress protector, all worth 15,099 Rand. To enter, like the Bed Shop's Facebook page, find the competition post and tag 3 friends in the comment section using hashtag the Bed Shop. Then share the competition post to your friends. Competition ends the 24th of November 2023. T's and C's apply and can be found on their website.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, here on S3. And of course, did you know that diabetes is the #1 killer of women in South Africa and the second leading cause of death of men in SA? We need to change these stats. We have to make a real difference. The only way we do that is use our platforms. How about TV? Let's do it today. World Diabetes Day is observed on the 14th of November, and we are joined by 2 advocates to encourage South Africa to hashtag Wear blue for diabetes on this very special day. And it's not about wearing blue exclusively. It's about knowing more, learning the facts, chatting to friends and family who have been diagnosed. But more importantly, showing the world that you are not alone in diabetes. There's information and there's care for you. And that's why Bridget and Helga are here for us. Hello.
Hello. Hello. Thanks for having us. Happy World Diabetes Day.
I'm wearing blue.
Yeah, well done.
Yes.
We're impressed.
Thanks.
And you're showing some leg.
Thank you,
That's
sir.
awesome.
I'm also showing a bit of leg as well. I need to just keep up with you, and you're most welcome. So, you know what? There are some alarming stats. And Bridget, I'm going to start with you with regard to the statistics around diabetes. I know it's not easy looking at those and thinking, sure, when I hear #1 killer of women in South Africa,
insane.
In a country like South Africa, you hear other stats around other causes. This is very scary. Why is it like that?
I mean, it's a great question. I don't think there's an easy answer.
Not at all.
Diabetes is a very complex condition, and it's interestingly a condition that you can't just take a pill and then it gets better, unfortunately. So there are lots of things that feed into it, and it's diet and lifestyle and medication. But one of the big reasons that so many people are dying of diabetes is that we don't know the symptoms. No one is getting diagnosed early enough. So 1 in 2 South Africans are living with diabetes and don't know it.
What?
Yeah. Half the people with diabetes in South Africa are undiagnosed. And so then what happens is, if you're diagnosed early with type 2 diabetes, which is 90% of people, if you're diagnosed early enough, you can either prevent it by changing your lifestyle, losing weight if you need to, or you can manage it, live a perfectly happy, healthy life. And instead what's happening is that people are getting diagnosed so late that they're having long-term complications like amputations, blindness, kidney failure, heart disease, and dying of it. Diabetes isn't a lethal condition. So we all just need to know the 5 symptoms, get checked early and often. I'm going to throw the 5 symptoms at you right now. Just in case.
Are you going to do that right now?
I'm doing it.
Okay, wait,
you ready?
We need a moment here. We need a moment.
Okay, they're coming. Know the 5.
Right, and also I want you to focus on your TV right now, all right? Bridget's about to drop the 5.
Dropping the 5.
Okay, get the pen out, the piece of paper. Let's listen.
Needing to pee a lot, especially at night. Thirst, hunger, weight loss, and exhaustion. The thing is, you might not have all of those, and you might only have a combination of them. So if there's any doubt in your mind, you can go and get a simple finger stick blood test. You can get it at any clinic, pharmacy, your local clicks. It's very inexpensive. It takes 5 minutes. You can find out right away. So we really encourage people to get tested.
I think let's stumble on the reason that there are 50% of these individuals who are not diagnosed that have diabetes. Go through the symptoms once again. I just want to test something. Go through them again.
Needing to pee a lot.
All right. That is
at night.
most of us. Right. Let's go. Continue.
Thirst.
I mean, we're hitting summer.
Hot.
It seems like a regular, normal thing. I'm thirsty. Okay, continue.
Yeah. Hunger, but like insatiable hunger.
Right.
So you can't fill yourself. But if you're eating the wrong kind of food, then you're hungry all the time anyway, if you're not having enough protein. Weight loss. So weight loss and hunger are an odd combination.
Very strange.
Also don't show up in people all the time. And then exhaustion. And I mean, we're all exhausted.
Well, that's the thing. So if you look at the 5 symptoms, that's a Monday.
I know.
And that's why I think that it's important for us to focus on these and actually really monitor ourselves so that we can get diagnosed.
And get an annual finger stick blood test. In November, lots of clinics and pharmacies offer it for free. It doesn't take long. And then you'll know straight away if it's something to be concerned about or if you can wait till next year.
So now, let's talk about what life's like, Helga, for somebody with diabetes. I mean, what's life like for you? I mean, just so that we know exactly what a window is to what you go through every day.
Yeah, I think, you know, initially, when you're diagnosed, it's a bit of disbelief.
Yeah.
And you kind of grapple with, so what is life going to be like for me now? And what does that mean for me?
Yes.
And I think for me, essentially, because I never spoke about my diagnosis for so many years, you carry an emotional load, you know? So then you have something like burnout, because you're emotionally burnt out, because you are sidestepping conversations, or when it comes up, you have the cringe factor, or when you're at a dinner party, or being offered a drink, etc., you kind of, you know, no thanks, you know, but because you haven't disclosed, you haven't. So initially that was what it was like for me, and also during having gestational diabetes initially, you know, I was carrying my first baby. And so, you know, I sat with a lot of shame and guilt.
Even though there's no need for it.
There was no need for it, but that's what I experienced during the time. And it was only until, you know, many years and doing a lot of the emotional work, I suppose, where I just, you know, I owned it. But it took work to get to that point. And so by owning it, I was able to reach self-acceptance about it. And that then led to me going, well, okay, well, if I'm that comfortable with it, it's time to speak about it, right?
Yes.
And so that's what I did, and I started speaking about it. And the first time I did was actually in 2017, when my physician asked me, saying, it was World Diabetes Day, he says, oh, Els, don't you want to get out there? And I was like, I don't know, eh? And I did, and from going from 5 people to going into a room of 100 people, going, hi, my name's
now
Helga.
you're on national TV.
And now,
Yes, now yes, it's national television now.
Yeah.
All games changed a little bit.
A little, just a little for me. And so I think it's important that one understands that when you are living with diabetes, yes, there is a fundamental shift in terms of how one actually starts living your life. So what's your new normal? And my new normal involves a regime. So, you know, I wake up in the morning, I always have, one thing Vijay didn't mention, it's very important, hydration. Water is so important when you have diabetes. Well, it's generally important, you know, we find it all the time. But hydration is so important when you're living with diabetes. So I'll normally have a glass of water when I wake up in the morning. I normally have my medication, you know, set out. So that's one of the first things I do. I spend some time, because emotional well-being is so important. Again, mental well-being. I can't emphasize it enough how important it is. And so I have practices that I do in the morning. That just ground me, because again, managing one's stress levels is so important, because again, there's so many factors that impact diabetes and managing your blood sugar levels during the day. And so I suppose I say a little easier for someone living with type 2, because in the type 1 situation, you know, we don't all wear the devices, which is called a CGM, a continuous glucose monitoring device.
Here.
You know, we will not go into the branding at all, but that's called a glucose.
Just show us again. I want to get a shot on that so you can see, because you obviously just superhuman.
So this means I don't have to prick my finger anymore. I can just, this is the cheapest, most affordable option. I can scan over it. Other ones send readings to your phone.
Biotechnology, wow.
But it's not for SnapScan, eh?
Oh, is it not? I thought you could pay. Okay, that'll be great.
But I think what's important is that many people, you were asking about, I think you were mentioning about, so what does it mean? So why is the statistic 1 in 2?
Yes.
Why are 4.2, according to the International Diabetes Federation, 4.2 million people already living with diabetes? And that's because of things like accessibility to healthcare.
Yeah.
It's things like, I'm speaking about mental health, but our behavioral changes that we have to do, because again, stigma and discrimination plays a part in that.
Yeah.
You know, I felt quite stigmatized, you know, in terms of, you know, how the media portrays it, how our friends and our family are socialized around diabetes.
But not anymore.
But not anymore.
Well, this is the great thing about us being on national TV and talking about it now is that what you've done so beautifully, Bridget and Helga, is that you've given us a platform to have a conversation. So we are going to wear blue for diabetes. We're going to continue talking about it. We're going to get the facts and we're going to reshape the understanding of it, because the stats are unacceptable in a country where we have such great information provision from people like you. So
Sweetlife.org.za.
Say it again.
Sweetlife.org.za.
Sweetlife.org.za. We're going to go click on, we're going to get the facts, and we're going to turn this thing around together. Wear blue for diabetes on World Diabetes Day. Thank you so much, ladies. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Anytime.
Thank you.
Be more plus and own your future this exam season. BioPlus for physical energy and mental vitality.
Thank you so much, Carl. Very informative indeed. Now, it is a Tuesday, and we choose to be healthy this morning, as this morning we're about to unlock another piece of the puzzle of success. And today's informative discussion will share not only delicious, healthy recipes, but advice from our panel of incredible expert chef Teresa and also dietitian Kate Stanley. Good morning and welcome to the Expresso Kitchen. Lovely to have you. Yes, lovely to have you. I'm glad we're talking about this because diet forms such a big part of being healthy. I don't need to tell you this, Kate. But it is amazing. So we're going to, let me just first unpack what we're going to be making,
yes,
Teresa.
We are going to be doing some fish cakes today. This is a lovely dinner option. We're going to use pilchards and then veggies, and I'll show you how to put that all together.
Yeah, and it's all easily accessible ingredients, and it's a budget-friendly meal as well.
Absolutely, that's what we all love at the moment.
All
so
right.
we're going to start with our pilchards. Just remember to check for bones, depending on which brand you're using, and shred it with a fork. Nice small bits so it doesn't fall apart in the pan.
Love it. Okay, so and then you're going to start with the egg in there.
Everything.
So while you start mixing, I want to chat about the fact that we always hear, you know, that saying, you are what you eat. Let's unpack that a little bit. When it comes to a balanced diet, and what does it look like, and the addition of vitamins and minerals. Kate, maybe you can elaborate.
Yes, sure. So I think the best way to explain it is if we consider ourselves the body like a car. If you have a car, you want to put in premium fuel. You want to make sure that the oil in the water is checked on a regular basis. So
There's a lot of similarities, let me just say, between your car and your body.
Then you get that maximum performance, and much like the body, you want to make sure that these are the things that are actually going in. Are we getting our vitamins? Are we getting our minerals? Are we getting our omega-rich fatty acids? Are we getting our macronutrients, our carbs, proteins, and fats? And if we get all of that, and we get that in that balanced format, so we get the best performance out of our systems. There are certain situations like high stress with our students where they will naturally have a higher excretion of things like vitamin B and vitamin C, just based on that cortisol response, that stress level that sort of builds up. And so maybe at times there are needs for extra supplementation.
Absolutely. We're going to get into the students specifically because it is exam time at the moment. Teresa, talk us through what you've been doing there.
Right, so I've added some breadcrumbs and some egg. Those are our binders that are going to keep the fish cakes together. I've also added some onion, some parsley, and some salt and pepper. And if you're making this, especially for the kids, you can actually add extra veggies. So some grated carrots, some grated courgette, potato, just to up the vitamins a little bit. Just be sure to squeeze your vegetables to get all the extra moisture out, because you don't want soggy fish cakes. No, we
don't want that.
So the mixture's done. I'm going to shape them into patties and fry them on the pan. It really is so quick and easy. And
but essentially, you can eat it just like that. But you don't want to. You want to give it some heat. Okay, I'm just saying.
It's going to improve it, yeah.
You mentioned our students and vitamins, Kate. You know, it is exam time, and we want our kids to function optimally. So when it comes to diet, how does it affect brain function?
I guess it comes down to what that fuel is.
Yeah.
You know, students are notorious for wanting to have takeaways or quick on-the-go meals, and these are often full of refined carbohydrates or processed nutrition. And so you don't necessarily get that best brain fuel.
Yeah.
So if we are swapping that over to things that are omega-rich or things that are packed with a punch in terms of good vitamins and minerals, then you land up actually helping with the memory, concentration, all of the things that are cognitively important.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we are talking about brain food here,
Yes,
Teresa,
there
and
we
something
go.
like this is a great addition. Fish,
Totally.
right?
And not just for dinner, you could have it as a quick snack. It's really, really great and so easy to make. And you can prepare this mixture ahead of time, actually, and even shape the fish cakes, pop them in the fridge, and just fry them when you're ready.
That is amazing.
Super easy.
I think we all know that omega-3 is a great addition to your diet as brain food.
Absolutely. So it's got a huge amount of anti-inflammatory inside of them, and that is something that actually squashes things that are like free radicals or your oxidative stress that you get from stresses.
Yeah.
And so these are the things that we want to include. We also want to try and bring in things like flavonoids, which are a really nice antioxidant. That's also really important for brain food. And things like your green leafy veggies, which are available and freely available and quite reasonable in cost. So your broccoli, your spinach, your kales, if you go that far.
Yeah. Look, that's amazing. I mean, I hope you've been paying attention because there's so much. Just before I know Teresa, you're doing a great job, but just a quick sauce. We have some, what do we have here?
Gherkins. So
some
there's
gherkins.
diced gherkins. We've got some mayo and some tomato sauce.
Okay.
Nice, easy sauce. If you like a bit of heat, you can add a pinch of chili powder, but that's completely optional.
Righto. Well, I would add some chili.
Yeah, I think
because a fish and a chili is lekker.
goes nicely, exactly. Mix it all together and serve it on the side of your
Awesome.
fish cake.
And there we have the finished product, just like this. Teresa, okay, thank you very much for joining us and giving us some valuable insights. I know that it is a very stressful time for especially students this time of the year going into the exam. So good luck and make sure that you really take care of your diet. Get those macros and micros in, like Kate unpacked it for us, and try these fish cakes. The recipe is on our website, expressoshow.com. Now, today we learned about eating for success. And thanks to BioPlus, you get to be a double winner with a delightful recipe and 2,000 Rand up for grabs. So what you can do is head on over to the Expresso social pages right now, and this is exactly how you enter.
A go-to for physical energy and mental vitality when you need it most. BioPlus is going one better, offering 6 viewers the chance to each win 2,000 Rand cash to own their future. Catch Expresso weekdays from November the 6th to November the 22nd and reply to the competition post on Expresso's socials and include the hashtag BioPlus exam. Competition closes November the 22nd. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back. You are tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show Expresso right here on S3. It's your Tuesday morning, 3 minutes past 8 o'clock. Let's quickly take a last look at your news headlines. Starting off with your national news this morning, the Department of Correctional Services say the outbreak of diphtheria at Paulsmoor Prison in the Western Cape is under control. The Commissioner of Correctional Services, Makoti Tobakale, said after a prisoner died of the disease last week, no new cases had been reported in the last 5 days. He says comprehensive measures have been put in place to limit the spread of diphtheria. All the prisoners have also been vaccinated against the disease. And the police's public order unit is monitoring the protest by mine workers at Gold One Mine in Springs on the East Rand. 11 people have been arrested for contravening a court order and malicious damage to property after a vehicle was set alight. Now, workers downed tools last week, demanding that the Association of Mine Workers and Construction Union, known as AMCU, be recognized as a majority union by the mine. Now, last week, workers also embarked on a strike to expedite the balloting process for the new majority union. Making international news headlines this morning, Gabon's military leaders say they plan to hold a general election in August 2025. Now, this follows pressure from the international community to announce a timetable for the return to civilian rule. Now, General Bryson Nguema seized power in August from his cousin Ali Bongo, vowing to rescue the country from a severe institutional crisis. The Central African nation had been ruled by Bongo family for 55 years. Announcing the plans yesterday, Gabon's junta said the proposed timetable was not final and would need approval from the public during town hall-style meetings next April. And Gaza's largest hospital, Al-Shifa, is nearly a cemetery. The World Health Organization warns, with bodies piling up inside and outside. Now, dozens of premature babies and 45 kidney patients needing dialysis can't be treated properly due to a lack of power. Now, fighting has been raging close to the hospital in recent days, with severe fuel shortages impacting treatment. Israel has accused Hamas of having a command center under the hospital, which the facility and Hamas deny. The death toll in Gaza presently stands at some 11,000. More than 4,500 of these are children. And we'll end off with this story closer to home. A legacy of a great South African, the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu, lives on. The Desmond and Leah Tutu Legacy Foundation has launched a new puppet show, Desmond's World, aimed for children in early childhood development stages to learn and better understand the concept of tolerance and emotional intelligence. It marks the beginning of the foundation's early childhood development program, Tutu Tots. It's been piloted in the Cape Metro, but will also be rolled across the province. The show mirrors the values and principles to the late Archbishop Desmond Tutu in young children between the ages of 4 and 8. Now, he wrote several children's books meant to affirm and inspire young minds. And with that beautiful story, we leave your news headlines for this Tuesday morning right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Right now, let's take a last look at your sports.
Thanks, Ewan. Let's wrap up your sporting action, starting off in Pakistan. Now, their bowling coach, Morne Morkel, has stepped down following the team's World Cup exit in India. The 39-year-old's resignation follows Pakistan's loss to England. The PCB confirmed a replacement will be announced before the upcoming 3-test tour of Australia. Captain Babar Azam and team director Mickey Arthur are under scrutiny for their team's subpar performance, missing the semi-finals for the 5th time in 6 tournaments. Meanwhile, cricket enthusiasts can catch the Proteas' upcoming semi-final live on S3 Thursday, 10 a.m. Also available on SABC Sport. And of course, the SABC Plus platform, which is great because no subscription fees are required. So please support our boys, the Proteas. Now on to football. Uruguay's all-time leading goal scorer Luis Suarez earns his first call-up under coach Marcelo Bielsa for the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier against Argentina this Friday. Despite his stellar performance for Gremio, the 36-year-old hasn't played for Uruguay since Bielsa's appointment back in May. Argentina leads the qualifiers with 4 consecutive wins, positioning them atop the table ahead of Venezuela, Brazil, as well as Uruguay themselves. Now the top 6 teams from South America will qualify for the 2026 FIFA World Cup, hosted by Canada, Mexico, and the United States. And on to tennis. Alexander Zverev's beautiful ATP Finals campaign was launched wonderfully with a comeback victory overcoming Carlos Alcaraz 6-7, 6-3 and 6-4. The two-time ATP Finals winner displayed dominance against struggling Alcaraz, returning from injuries. Of course, Alcaraz, hampered by back and foot issues, couldn't match Zverev's prowess. Despite Alcaraz's fight, Zverev's powerful performance, marked by 16 aces, secured victory. Zverev's height and serve proved decisive, earning him a lead in the red group. And wrapping up with a sport you don't hear too much of, archery. Now, Werner Potgieter clinched the silver medal and secured an Olympic qualification at the 2023 African Championships in Nabil, Tunisia. Potgieter, along with teammates Vian Roux, Morgan Blewett and Karin Whitehead, represented South Africa. The recurve men won bronze against Mauritius. The African Archery Championships, a Paris Olympic Games qualifier, allocates 6 spots for Africa, including mixed teams and individual events. Potgieter's silver marks a significant step toward Paris 2024 and another bullseye for South African sport. That's it for Sporting Action on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Let's get you to work with Ewan, who has all the details.
Thank you so much, Carl. The roads are fully awake by now. A couple of incidents that you need to be aware of. Starting off in Germiston in Johannesburg, there has been an accident on the N3 southbound, and this is after Van der Buren. The left lane is closed, and to add, there's congestion between Van Buren Road and also Elands Interchange with expected delays. Just be aware of that, or find another way if you are making your way that side. Bellville, Cape Town, this morning there's congestion on the N1 inbound at Durban Road. You can expect delays and allow for some more travel time as well this morning. And staying in Cape Town, there's been an accident on the N2 inbound, and that is after Spine Road. The right lane is closed, and you can expect heavy delays in the area as well. That is what we have for you with regards to the roads. Please be safe out there. Right now, let's jump into weather. Starting with some weather news this morning, most parts of the country can expect cloudy conditions and light rain today. Light rain will also prevail in Johannesburg, and this after numerous reports of damage to cars, homes and roads in the city were received after a burst of hail and rain yesterday. Meanwhile, high temperatures of between 30 and 40 degrees Celsius are forecast for the Cape Metropole and also other parts of the Western Cape over the next couple of days. Now, the SA Weather Service has also warned of extremely high fire danger conditions in the Northern Cape over the Kama municipality, Mtsikama and the David Kruiper municipality, as well as the Cederberg and Berg River municipalities in the Western Cape. Now, first up, from your weather news to your sunrise views, we have a beautiful picture this morning, and this morning's picture was sent in by Reiki Finch from Northwest Brits, who said this: "It's cloudy and the sun wants to peep through. How great is God?" Have an amazing day, team. It looks stunning, Reiki. Thank you very much, and have a blessed day on your side as well. Please continue to share your morning views with us. You can do so on our WhatsApp line 063 408 8863. Right now, here's a last look at those temperatures for your Tuesday.
In Uppington.
Listen, can we now officially say that summer's here? Yeah, I'm dressed for the occasion.
Yes, you are.
I am. So are you, though.
Thank you so much. Shorts are out. We are ready to go. And, of course, we're ready to go with regard to some other entertainment. Nomkhebo Zikordo, we're going to get to know that incredible Grammy award-winning artist on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Absolutely. We had an epic performance earlier live from Joburg with Zanele as well, so stick around. We're not done just yet. But we also have a GP in studio this morning because it's all about health this morning. It's all about those discussions, and we're talking about being gentle on your child's tummy this morning because we know they get tummy cramps, and it's not fun for them. So we're going to sort it out for you this morning after the break.
Only you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It's your feel-good breakfast show, Expresso, here on S3. And here's some info for you, because I love it when you win. Now, if you play Powerball every week, then you'll be super happy to hear that today's total estimated jackpot is at a life-changing 21 million rand. I can't stress enough that this is your opportunity. The Powerball jackpot is estimated at 5 million rand, and the Powerball Plus is estimated at 16 million rand. Just imagine the possibilities with a win like this. It is generational wealth, it's property, it's prosperity, but someone has to win, and I'm really hoping that it's you. So there are so many ways for you to buy your tickets. You can buy them in store. You can go to nationallottery.co.za. You can do the mobile app. You could do cell phone banking, or you can simply dial *120*7529# for USSD. We've posted all these details on our social media channels, so go check them out and start choosing your numbers, because the 21 million rand total estimated jackpots could have your name written all over them. So don't get left behind. Don't forget to panda, push up, play. Someone who's been playing so nicely in Johannesburg is Zanele with Nomkhebo Zikode, our Grammy Award-winning guest on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Zanele, play some more.
Carl, I do not want to waste your time, Thandwa Sami, because we have been having a beautiful time indeed. And listen, it is all about Nomkhebo, like you said. Babe, Grammy Award winner, now joined by Mbuzeni. Mbuzeni, right? I'm good, thank you. I mean, is there even time for a performance now? I love it. Nomkhebo, I want to start with you, my babe. First and foremost, Masithethe Ngalendo Jerusalem. It was a song that went across the globe, and I think that was just a little bit of a premonition of what was going to happen for you with the Grammy. Tell us about that song and what it meant to you and why you wrote those words.
The song means so much to me. I really believe that God himself gave me this song, honestly speaking. The way it has traveled the world, I'm still amazed even today. Yeah, but to come back to your question, it was all because ngangine depression. So that's why amagama khona athi Jerusalem ikhaya lami ngilondolozo uhambe nami ungangishiyila ebumnyameni, but hamba nami uye eJerusalem lapho, because I was thinking of indawo ngizothola khona mhlawumbe mangifuna iwine ngithola iwine as much as ngingaphuza utshwala but noma ngifuna ama grapes yabona nje indawo ehlaza you know a peaceful place so yeah iJerusalem iphuma lapho ke
sure thank you so much for even sharing that Nomcebo because
njengamanje ngithi uyazi sasiperform iJerusalem
no hayibo come on Nomcebo please come on I can do my job come on Nomcebo masithethe ngale Grammy yakho because I feel like this was something that just catapulted you even more. So how did it change your life to be a Grammy Award winner?
Kuyishintshile kakhulu impilo yami but ngicabanga ukuthi akushintshanga impilo yami kuphela ngiyacabanga ukuthi nomunye umntwana ohlele ekhaya ube inspired by ukuthi ngithole iGrammy because lokho kumenze wabona naye ukuthi it is possible. Doesn't matter where you come from. You may come from a poor family, you may come from a small location, you may sleep with anything ngamanzi ulala ungadlile but what matters is where you're heading. So ngifuna ukuthi nje it's possible kubantu abasha abaqini.
Yeah, and you know that there's so many young people out there who need that hope that you're speaking about and, and the strength that you speak of. And thank you so much for that, just being a light. But let's also now speak about this collaboration over here because it's such a beautiful song. We've been hearing it all morning and Expresso family, I can't wait for you to hear it. But Mbuzeni, how did it come about that this collaboration rather happened with Nomcebo?
Shuthi uNomcebo isikhokho sami kade sasisebenza naye. Shuthi sisenza into eziningi naye nje e-studio ngiyamncedisa nami uyangincedisa so sithe njengoba mina ngumuntu ocula umaskandi asike sishaya ingoma lezo naye azoke shaya umaskandi so ingoma yakhona ethi suka kimi sathana ikhuluma ngaloko nje ingoma
which is Get Away From Me Satan.
Yebo.
I love that. So guys, I do not want to waste any more time. Please, your new song Satane. I love you guys more. Please take it away Nomcebo and Mbuzeni.
Wathi yenye imini angizihambe ngahlangana nenye indoda yafula iBhayibheli yathi mfana wami uphasopa usathane wathi ngenye imini angizihambe ngahlangana nenye indoda yafula iBhayibheli yathi mfana wami uphasopa usathane nami ngibonile le ndoda ifike kimi ngephupho yathi ngani yami uphasopa usathane ngawalalela lawo mazwi ngajula futhi ngawalalela ukuthi umona usuke ethweni uyenhlizweni bese kuvuka ubuthakathi uyala ayike indawo yakho suka kimi ayike indawo yakho suka kimi suka kimi ayike indawo yakho suka kimi abantwana bakho ubakhulule ketangweni.
That was brilliant, man. That was brilliant. How cool is that? Like Joburg, Cape Town.
We were in the same place.
We are collaborating. We are on the same place.
Feel Good breakfast show. You see, we are one.
Everything all at once. That's what we are.
The cement of South Africa.
Yes,
Expresso.
the foundation.
Hello.
Hello. Good morning. No, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. Thank you very much, Zanele. Very, very awesome to have you up there, bringing us music, and the latest, and the vibes all the way down here in Cape Town. Listen, we are going to take a very quick break. Don't go anywhere. We still have, yes, more than half an hour to spend with you. Stick around. We are going to be connecting with Miss SA World winner, Dr. Claude Mashego, after the break, and we're going to catch up with her and find out exactly what she's been up to and get some tips and insights into her life as well.
Absolutely. And also Woolworths, a massive collaboration with Studio Muti. And of course, this is all about, you know, the festive. This is how we do it. It's coming your way in the next couple of minutes. Stay right there. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I feel it.
A little bit of a...
Yes.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Introducing Panado Pediatric Syrup 5 ml sachets. They're really convenient to pack and easy to use, so you're always prepared for pain and fever, anytime, anywhere.
Welcome back. You are tuned into a Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso, right here on S3. It is really a Feel Good Tuesday. Wonderful to be in your company. Now, we spoke about it earlier. They often say that you are what you eat, but we are responsible for what we put in our kids' tummies and mouths, and we need to make sure that it is gentle on their tummies to avoid any pain or fever. And here to delve a little bit more and deeper into this topic, we have our expert, Dr. Dion Quinnigan, again, general practitioner. Lovely to have you, Dr.
Yeah, nice to be here.
Yeah, welcome, welcome. Oh. I'm glad we're talking about this because it is something that I think a lot of parents deal with often.
Yes.
Tummy pains.
It's one of the most common things that we see in our general practice. A child will come in with a sore pain. I like to split up into benign and structural. Benign being constipation, diarrhea, sore throats with referral down to the stomach that causes mesenteric adenitis, viral gastritis, and then obviously your structural stuff, which is the more serious stuff, which is appendicitis, volvulus, and that will need a specialist involved. So I think the key point for parents when they bring your child in is to give a good history. How long has he been sick for? Is anyone else sick in the family? Is a bug going around at the school? And is your child still drinking? Is your child still able to eat? And those kind of things.
Look, there's a lot of factors. And I think what's difficult for parents is when it comes to tummy aches, I mean, you've mentioned such a wide variety of common ailments of what it could be. I mean, simple things like stress and anxiety can also play a part.
You're completely right.
When do you act as a parent? How would you know that, okay, well, it is time to really intervene now and get my child to a doctor?
Okay. So often with a tummy pain, there's a fever. and there's obviously abdominal pain. So start with something simple, like a panada syrup. Give them some syrup, see if the temperature responds. You can do that up to 4 times a day, 6 to 8 hours apart. If your child is not drinking, if your child is looking dehydrated, the temperature is not responding, then you need to seek medical help. Also, looking at your child's abdomen. Is it distended? Give it a touch. I mean, you know your child better than anyone else. If you push down on the abdomen and they withdraw and they're unhappy, then that needs medical advice. So looking, does your child relax for 4 to 5 hours, run around, play, and then go down again? That's usually a viral infection. Viruses go up and they come down. So it's just watching your child, knowing your child, and taking a good history.
Yeah, because I mean, something like a stomach ache can be quite confusing because it is something that's in that intestinal tract as well, and you just don't know. So when you see a child and a parent brings a child to you, how do you normally go about it? I mean, how do you treat a child? Because I know for parents at home, an option like paracetamol is gentle on the tummy, which is easily, that can easily resolve a little bit of an issue.
Yeah.
But if it becomes more serious and they bring it to your practice.
Okay, so the first thing is a history.
Okay.
I chat to the parents. Anyone else sick in the family? Anyone sick at school? Does your child have diarrhea? Does it have constipation? Have they been anxious? Are they vomiting? Is the tummy distended? Have they been able to hold down breakfast? So those all give you key indicators going forward, whether it's a serious condition or not. Also the way they're breathing, their pulse rate. Are their lips dry? Those all give you indication how sick the child is, and then you respond accordingly.
Yeah. Why is fever normally accompanying a stomach ache or a stomach ailment? Why is that, and not just a normal stomach ache?
Okay, so fever usually implies infection, and the most common causes of stomach pain are viral gastritis. So it's a rotavirus, adenovirus. Those are the viruses that our kids pick up at school. And those are actually the viruses that often are benign and self-limiting in most cases. So giving something like Panado that brings down the temperature, eases the pain, is obviously a good place to start. I think if the child does not respond to a Panado in the first 24 hours, seek medical advice.
Okay. Now, we are talking about, you know, giving our children something that's easy on their stomachs.
Yeah.
Now, you mentioned Panado a couple of times as well. Why is this a good option? Why would you say this is like easy, at-home kind of remedy to help sort that's easy on the stomach?
Well, I always like to know that drug's been around for a long time. Panado's been around for 70 years. It's got a low side effect profile, so that means it doesn't often cause any side effects. I think pretty much a rash is the worst that you're going to get. It is very safe in just about any individual, unless you've got a renal impairment or a liver impairment. And it's the drug of choice also for pregnant mothers and for breastfeeding children. So I think every family in South Africa should actually have a Panado in there. And if you go on holiday, the first thing you pack is Panado.
Look, as a father of 2 boys, I mean, I know it's been a lifesaver as well. I just want to quickly pick up on something that you said earlier on about the dehydration issue. And you said, you know, we obviously know our children better than anyone else. And dehydration is a really risky factor when it comes to stomach aches, especially if it goes for too long. How would you know, especially for a younger child, how do you check for dehydration?
So, a very important point. Children get dehydrated a lot faster than adults because their body mass and volume is smaller. So just remember, if you and I lose 1 kilogram of water, compare that to a child of 15 kgs. So look at their eyes. Are their eyes sunken? Are their lips dry? Pull up their top. Pinch their skin on their tummy. Is it wrinkly like I say this with caution, an older person's skin? Doesn't bounce back. Those are all good indicators of dehydration. Are they able to go to the toilet? Are they able to urinate? Those are all indicators that they probably are very dehydrated if they're not able to do that.
Very fascinating. Dr. Dion, thank you very much. Valuable insights this morning. Appreciate you coming through.
Thanks very much for having me.
Now, parenthood, we know this, it's never easy, but it can be made manageable when you have the treatment plan with the power to fight pain when you need it most. Now, Panado, like we've spoken about, the widest pediatric range of flavors and formats for pain and fever relief in South Africa.
Oh my goodness, it is absolutely incredible what is happening here today. It is a mix between Cape Town, Johannesburg, and it is one of my favorite things because when we talk about such an amalgamation, we talk about one like this. Now, something else I'm super excited about is all of the guests that we have in studio today, because we are talking about somebody who just got crowned Miss South Africa World, or rather Miss World South Africa, forgive me. And she is someone who is definitely not just about the looks and the prizes of the pageant. No, this pageant is all about instilling beautiful qualities such as confidence, such as being bold, and so much more. And this is why I welcome to you, Expresso family, the woman of the moment. She's going to be representing us in India for the Miss World pageant in 2024. It is Dr. Claude Mashego. How are you, my love?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I am good, thank you. Tell me, please, because I am looking at that crown. It has blinded all of us here at the Joburg studio, but it looks so perfect on you. What was going through your mind when it got placed on your head?
The dreams of a young girl from Bushbuckridge validated. You know, I always tell the story about how I used to watch Miss World on SABC3, well, S3, back as a child with my grandmother. And I used to tell her, you're going to see me on that stage one day. And it just cemented that dream, you know, like it's finally happening. And I'm working towards India, so I'm super excited.
Oh, girl! And you're already taking a huge step, beating out so many other ladies to take that #1 spot. Yeah. Speak to us about it when we talk about the fact that you are now going into such a different phase of your life, because you're now going to be the reigning Miss World South Africa. What does it mean to you?
It means so much. It means that everything that I've wanted to do in terms of beauty with a purpose. I work with young people. I have an NPC, Young Leaders Network. Everything I've wanted to do, taking it on a larger scale, you know, going into Africa, talking about young people in leadership in Africa. We want to see more accountability in African leadership. We want to see more young people in positions of power. And I get to do that. I have the audience, I have their support, I have everything to do what I need to do, and I'm going for it.
Girl, are you the pageant queen or are you going to be the president 2032? Which one? Which one? Both. Love it. Oh, you see, this is why you're the girl for the job, to go and represent us on the Miss World stage. I want to know, though, because, of course, we always talk about what exactly is your mission when you are taking such a huge title. What do you want to leave behind, and what are you going to be doing on this beautiful reign?
I want to be remembered as a leader. And I always say I'm throwing the word pageantry out the window.
Okay.
I want the next time you see Miss World South Africa or Miss World, you must think leadership. You must think woman power. You must think I am capable as a woman and I'm going for anything that I want to do. And beauty with a purpose is not just about me stepping out, you know, and doing community work or serving the community, but it's also inspiring each and every woman that is watching me, each and every young girl, to recognize that they are a beauty with a purpose and step into that.
You see, you're already leaving me so confident, my love. I can only imagine when you get onto that world stage as well. But speak to me about some of the ladies who have inspired you, because like you say, you want to do that for other girls. Who are the women that kind of went before you and you were like, yes, I want to do that?
This is going to sound cliché, but #1, Mrs. Julia Morley, the founder, the president of, not the founder, but the president of Miss World. She is one woman that has literally revolutionized pageantry. Everything we know pageantry to be in right now, this thing of having to do community projects, having to have Q&A in pageantry, she brought it back in the 70s. She actually decided, no, it's not going to be just about girls parading on stage. It's going to be girls who are able to speak, girls who are able to serve, girls who are able to think and be intellectual. So it's one woman who dared to do something that was different back in the times, and she continues changing it. Who throws out somewhere in a beauty pageant competition?
Come
you know
on.
what I'm saying? So she dares to make those bold moves, and she inspires me to say, you know what, do whatever you want. The world might bash you for doing it, but if you feel it's right, go for it.
Why not?
And they'll thank you later.
Exactly. And this is the thing. You don't just bring the beauty, you bring the brains, especially because you are Dr. Claude Mashego. Speak to us about the balancing of that life in terms of what you do, as well as now being this pageant queen.
So my life is about service.
Oh, wow.
That has always been me. Whether be it as a doctor, be it as Miss World, be it anything, at any point, I need to make sure that how I leave people feeling when I walk out of the room is important. What my engagement with people, you know, sometimes you only meet people once, and whatever impression you leave on them has to be a lasting one and hopefully a positive one. So that's what I do every day with my patients, day-to-day meetings, whatever.
I love that. And of course, Claude, we know that it's such a beautiful journey to be a woman and to be a young girl as well. So I want to ask you, into that camera right there, to any young girl out there who's maybe feeling a little bit, you know, downtrodden or like they want to give up, what do you say to them as Miss World South Africa?
if Claude Mashiro from Bushbuck Ridge, not coming from the ideal family or the ideal status, you know, coming from a broken family, divorced parents, all of that, has decided that nothing is going to stand in her way. She's going to go up and show up in her greatness. She's going to stand up for what she believes in, and the greatness that she knows lies within herself is going to be seen by the world one day. Sitting here right here today, and you're watching me, I want you to remember that the same capabilities, the same makeup that I have, you do have. And step out, do it. Even though people may think you're crazy for dreaming that high, it's okay. People thought I was crazy for thinking I'm going to be Miss World from Bushbuck Ridge. Who has ever done it? But
you're gonna do it, and we trust you, and we are so proud of you. Congratulations again, my love, and we will see you in India 2024. Yes, she is a queen indeed, and I know that she's gonna go on to make us even more proud. Right about now, though, we got so much on the way. Stick around. You're on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
Clint, Brad, Mene, Yakamina. What? Sorry, what? No, I didn't say.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Expresso here on S3, and I am here to just proudly tell you about what is a collaboration of note. A phenomenal one with regard to creativity, just mixing. You know, that's fun. It's festive. It's flavorful. It's time to make a merry memories. And when it comes to Woolworths, they're showing us how they do gifting. And with a range of carefully curated gifts for everyone to fit every budget. As in previous years, they have collaborated with local artists, illustrators, and photographers to bring us beautiful and reusable biscuit tins, including the talented team from Studio Muti. You need to get to know them. You're going to want to hug each one of them. Here to tell us more about the collaboration with Woolworths is Mene Day, as well as Brad Hotchkiss and Clint Campbell, the founders and creative directors from Studio Muti, who are here to showcase their talents, flex their good looks, and huskiness in their morning voices. Welcome, everybody.
Thanks, Cole. How are you?
Thanks for having us.
I'm so happy to
We
have
enjoyed
you here.
your dancing earlier on.
Thank you. They forced me to do that. But we're not going to go into that now. We will ask about Muti itself. So, Clint, I'd love to start with you. Muti, creative studio. A visionary studio, I should be calling it. I need to bolster this up properly. I know that you have so many things that you get up to, but of course, your creativity at Studio Muti and Woolworths, the collaboration. Tell me about how this meshes together.
Yeah, well, I guess a bit of a background on the studio.
Yes.
We were founded in 2011, so we've been going for 12 years. And yeah, over that time, we've slowly grown to 18 people.
Wow.
Yeah, and yeah, so illustration is our main focus, and basically that's creating artwork for a variety of applications. It can be editorial, like magazine covers and articles, packaging, as in this case, it could be clothing, advertising. So yeah, so that's pretty much, that's our focus. And yeah, you know, I think we're a group of 18 people, so I think we draw a lot of creative inspiration from each other. So I think, yeah, you know, that's the benefit of working as a team.
So creatives always have a good brief in front of them, and then that's where the magic happens. So Brad, tell me about the brief from Woolworths. We are going into a beautiful festive season.
Yeah.
Studio Muti had to make sure that you connect that festive season in a unique way this year.
For sure.
How did you take on the brief and make more festive offerings for Woolworths this year?
Absolutely. I mean, this time of year, there's obviously a lot of energy and festivity, as you said.
Definitely.
We've got a vibrant tapestry to work from in this country, you know, so to take some of the fauna and flora and really use it as the main inspiration for this campaign.
Yeah.
You know, we've done work for Woolies before. They're always a great client in terms of allowing the creative freedom. You know, that's one thing that we really do value. And as you can see, they let us do what we do best here.
I can see, and it is what you do best, because I want that on my wall in my house.
For sure.
Oh, that's on a bag now.
Yeah.
I'll make it happen. I know Studio Muti personally now. This is how we make connections on the show. Now, Monet, with regard to the cityscapes and, as mentioned, you know, the flora and the fauna as well, you know, it's just amazing how you've incorporated that. So how did you go about choosing these cityscapes and elevating them to a creative level so they still look festive, but also iconic and, you know, reminiscent of those particular pieces you've chosen in South Africa?
Yeah, we were spoiled for choice. I mean, we have so many beautiful areas of the country to choose from. So we try to keep it balanced and have a little bit of everywhere around the country incorporated. And yeah, I hope we've been able to bring some of that beauty into people's homes.
Why don't you take us through some of the items that you have on offer here? I think it's quite important for us to just take a look and see how they've all been curated and, of course, put together. So first things, this big bag over here, which I'm going to take home.
You can put that on your wall.
I was thinking about, yes, my wall is small enough for it. That'd be great. But I'd love to, so let's talk about the bag and why that was, you know, one of the offerings, you know.
Well, these shoppers at Woolies are great because it's obviously reusable, and yeah, I think you feel quite good walking around with a good-looking bag on your shoulder as opposed to like an ugly, plain, boring shopping bag.
What I notice about a bag, okay, and hear me out, because I feel like this is actually something for Studio Muti, is that when I'm in a line, I often like looking at certain things around you. You're just bored in a line. At Woolworths, sometimes if you're not taking some of the snacks. So now I get to look at this piece of artwork that's like a mural, and I'm looking at the little icons on there. I'm looking at some of the houses and the buildings, and there's so much detail that you've actually occupied shoppers in the line. I mean, I didn't even know that was part of the function of it, but now it is. You're welcome, Studio Muti. They are soon to have 19 people working for them. You're welcome. And then also you've got a home spice kit that you've added to.
Yeah, I think that'll make quite a good gift.
I think it'll be a great gift for anybody, you know, for a spicy friend. You can literally put a little note in there.
I'm sure you'll get one.
I would never. I'm so sweet sometimes. That's great. And then, of course, you've really hit it, you know, with regard to almond, cardamom, and maltert biscuits. That's just, you just said South Africa, and then you said biscuits, and that's, in South Africa, we know how to skit our biscuits as well. So that's exactly why I love that offering, too, with regard to the creativity that you've added on there. Very, very good gift, too. Everybody needs a biscuit.
Yeah, it's nice to be able to hold on to the tin afterwards. This comes in handy.
But that's and you know what, let's talk about that particular point, and anybody can answer this, but I feel like there's a large part of this is sustainability. Is that at the core of Studio Muti and the way you brought a connection to Woolworths?
I think that's really been pushed from Woolworths' side. Obviously, we believe in that as well, so that's why it works. But you know, the joy of seeing this product in front of us come to life is that, you know, we have digital artwork that we hand over.
Wow.
And so for them to produce it and do it at the quality that they do really is great to see.
It is great to see. And you three creatives, I just want to say you've come up with the best gifts. There's no guesswork anymore. I know exactly what I want to get people today. A spicy friend, the one who dances and skits biscuits, and the one who loves shopping. We've got it all. And then you can treat them with the gifts they deserve and leave them totally blissed out. Now, shop these locally designed biscuit tins at Woolworths. They are available in-store, online, and of course on the app. And we've got a 1,000 Rand Woolies gift card to give away. If you want to stand the chance to win this gift card, just hop on over to our competition post on the Expresso Facebook or X, formerly known as Twitter or Instagram pages, and tell us what do you love most about Woolworths' locally designed tins. Don't forget to include hashtag Woolies Christmas. Competition closes at midnight on Friday, 17 November. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com. And don't forget to get your mootie at Woolworths.
Oh, this is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
La 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 la.
This is how we do it.
Oh, this is how we do it.
Here we go once again in the Joburg studio, all in the name of opening it up for the very first time. And this is why, Feel Good Breakfast Show family, we 100% are doing it in the best and biggest way. We had to bring the big guns, you know, people that have won Grammys, people who have sold out places, and even gone on to be multi-platinum selling artists. I'm talking about Nomcebo Zikote. Nomcebo, when you hear this back, ne, does it feel surreal to you?
Hey, la. Namanje angakakubelieve yes. Engathi ngave ngize ngiyincithe. You understand? Yes, engathi ngase ngiyiphintsha manje ngithi hayibo, is this really happening? Am I dreaming, you know? But yeah, man, I'm here today.
And that's the beautiful thing about it, Nomcebo, that you have had such a beautiful long journey. But speak to me about it in terms of, you know, the things that you've taken from it. What have been some of the biggest lessons that you've taken from this beautiful long journey of yours?
Give up. Remember earlier on I told you that ngangibengine depression.
Yes.
Imagine if I did take my life.
Sure.
The world wouldn't have had such a big song, Jerusalem.
Sure.
So lapho sekumnyama khona kakhulu kusuke sekuzokhanya. So it's important ukuthi ungalahli ithemba. Mawusebunzimeni obukhulu usuke uNkulunkulu kahle kahle ekupheka ukuthi makuthi kufika lesikhathi lesi sokukhanya ubusuphekekile usuvuthiwe.
And people don't see it that way, in the sense that, you know, you're being prepared for what's coming.
Yeah.
And that's the beautiful thing.
The thing is, thina sabantu abaphila emhlabeni understand, you know, kunezigameko ezenzakalile empilweni yami eminyakeni edlulile bengikhala ngithi uNkulunkulu wena you are unfair kanti wena Jehova njani. It's only now la ngirealize khona ake ngithi nje mhlambe after 5 years ngithi hawe ma, so that's why uNkulunkulu enza kanjena. You understand? So ezinye izinto uNkulunkulu usuke azela ukuthi wenzani. Thina siyayiquestiona ngoba si understand.
And that's why they say everything happens for a reason.
Of course.
And thank you for being vulnerable about that, Nomcebo, because there are so many people who are going through depression and who are in that dark place. But seeing people like you who've come out of it, I think it's so much hope. And thank you for doing that, not just with your music, but also with your story.
Thank you so much.
But speaking of stories, I want to get into something that I know is such a big one for you. You know, being an artist who was a backup singer, then the lead vocalist. Now you own your own record label. Speak to us about Emazulwini Productions.
Emazulwini Productions, isizathu sokuthi ngirelease, I had a misunderstanding with my recording label lebenginayo sinenkinga zeimali. I think everybody knows iJerusalem angatholi imali zami wena today ngisahamba icourt ngisalwa zona lezo imali lezo. So ngafila manje ukuthi yazini iqinise emhlabeni alikho ongcono man ithi ngizakhele yami label ngoba ngisakuthanda ukucula ngiyiculele khona makhona abafisayo ukuthi babe ngaphansi kwestable sami nabo bazoza babe ngaphansi kwestable sami. And so far sesinayo usayix ngaphansi kwestable uNkulunkulu nje azangisize bakwethu nami ngimphathe kahle ngi-understand ukuthi imali ayifanele mina kuphela nayo imfanele.
But that's who you are, Nomcebo, and I trust that you are going to do that, and this is why you are the person who has been trusted with it as well. But right now, our beautiful studio is awaiting yet another incredible performance from Nomcebo. Nomcebo, I think we need to maybe, you know, take it back a little bit to 2019. Where we're gonna do just a bit of a Jerusalem.
Okay.
Okay, it's about to happen. Don't go anywhere.
Exactly like Zanella said, don't go anywhere because we still have 8 minutes left of your Feel Good Mornings.
Of course, and the thing is, Jerusalem is such a catchy song and it's easy to dance to that we'd like you to join in, please, if you don't mind. Doing a little camera work, filming yourself, sending it to us. We'd love to get some cheers going.
We're going to get that performance prepped and ready for you after the break. Stick around right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back, it's Expresso. This is S3, and here's a quick one. If you play Powerball every week, then you'll be super happy to hear that today's total estimated jackpot is at a life-changing 21 million rand. The Powerball jackpot is estimated at 5 million rand, and the Powerball Plus is estimated at 16 million rand. Just imagine the possibilities with a win like this. Someone has to be a winner, and I'm hoping that it's you. There's so many ways to play and buy your tickets. You can buy them in-store on the nationallottery.co.za website, the mobile app, cell phone banking, or simply dial *120 *752 hash for USSD. We posted this all over our social media channels, so go check them out and start choosing your numbers because the 21 million rand total estimated jackpots could have your name on it. So don't get left behind. Panda push up play as we play with Nomcebo, who is live with Zanele in Johannesburg. We're ready to dance. Let's do this, girl.
Oh my word, when we talk about Johannesburg and the studio, it is one that we are so glad we have officially opened. And thank you so much for welcoming us, as well as South Africa. You know that this is all about you, and this is why your Feel Good Breakfast Show will continue. To end things off though, with a bang, Nomcebo, are you ready to take it away?
I'm ready, baby.
Come on, it is Jerusalem by Nomcebo Zikode and Master KG.
Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Jerusalema, ikhaya lami, ilondoloze, uhambe nami, zungangishilana. Dawo yami ayikholana, buso wami awukholana. Ilondoloze, zuhambe ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami ilondoloze 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 zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana Jerusalema ikhaya lami ilondoloze uhambe nami zungangishilana dawo yami ayikholana buso wami awukholana ilondoloze zuhambe nami ilondoloze 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 zungangishilana
Another feel-good production.